There it is, boys! Let's go! I'm not gonna drink this Coke right now.
Welcome to the 20th episode of the Misfortune Podcast.
And third
live episode.
Third live
Third.
right?
I'm glad it fell on number like 3 and not fucking like 4. That would have sucked. That would have absolutely
4?
sucked.
That
4 is lame. It's not like we use that number on our best of 2020
right,
video,
absolutely.
but But yeah, when was the last live episode that we did? Like,
when was it?
we talked about like fucking.
That was the Death Note episode.
I remember talking on the computer for that one. I think. No. Ours is Konosuba.
Yeah, because we recorded the Death Note thing in advance, and then it got fucked, so we ended up doing it later, anyways.
So we did the Konosuba episode live.
Yeah.
And that was like I want to say 10, 11, somewhere in that range. So.
It's
We're back in the flesh.
It's been like at least half a year.
Yeah, definitely. We have fucking it being our 20th episode. We also have a lot of shit to talk about.
We have shit to talk about. So I mean, what do we start?
So yeah, I kind of want to start with
the big one. The big one.
What's that? Are you saying the headliner or
the show?
Yeah.
The show.
Okay.
So okay,
we're starting with Jujutsu Kaisen. Caden's pick.
We shouldn't drop what we were going to pick.
No.
We'll leave that ambiguous. We'll probably get to that like.
We'll
maybe
pick
in
it up
summer.
someday. It was just yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a hard grind.
It is
right?
a lot. Yeah. So I picked Jujutsu. I've been really interested in this. I'm typically I wouldn't say a self-proclaimed massive shonen guy,
AKA lame.
AKA not based.
Not based.
I am not based, one could say.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I mean, yeah, everyone's been talking about how great the show is.
It's probably like the most hyped show of this season, other than Attack on Titan.
Other than Attack on Titan, yeah, for sure. Which, both MAPPA.
Because Attack on Titan, I saw that shit trending like
that's a
every week.
Yeah, that's a weekly basis.
Like different names trending every week. But Jujutsu, I never really saw that one. But I did see a lot of Jujutsu hype, though. That's for sure. So I'd actually started watching Jujutsu whenever it, I think I saw it when the second or first episode had aired, and
oh really?
Yeah, I'd heard about it from different Twitter accounts that I followed, and
jeez,
and it was generally just it was known as an upcoming kind of shonen jump entry, and so I was interested in it, and yeah, so I guess just getting right into it. I think it has a very strong first episode. Like, probably one of my strongest first episodes in a show.
Like, I mean, you get into it and it's just like, hey, here's what's fucking happening.
Yeah.
I like how they sort of give you like a little like flashback, I guess, at the beginning. Not a flashback, but a flash forward.
Yeah.
And then it's sort of like,
yeah.
Oh, he's gonna die.
It gives you that, it gives you, and which is actually a very interesting premise. Sometimes I actually forgot about this aspect, but it's a very interesting premise. The main character, it's not like a shonen where it's like he's gonna strive to fucking fulfill his dream and likely live out most of his life.
Right.
They're gonna fucking kill him. They're planning on, like, the Jujutsu community, I guess, is they're trying to fucking kill Itadori, who is the main character and who I love. And I mean, honestly, just the first episode has a lot of great shit about Itadori's philosophy. The death of his grandpa and about dying a proper death. Yeah, but you also have some dope action in there too.
Yeah, I mean, so the opening was kind of misleading to me because, well, it shows like his grandpa like alive and well, and I expected
he was gonna be like, I'm visiting him every episode,
and then also it shows, God, what's the guy's name?
Junpei.
Yes, it shows Junpei. Like they're all so happy. They're having like a little picnic together. Like he gets fucked.
That is a great. Like misdirection on the part of the anime, which you don't get in the manga. But I mean, so I think the first episode's great. You get introduced to Megumi, who's also an amazing character, and Gojo, who is
he's on the favorites.
Probably like the most. Okay, even past Attack on Titan, I think one of the most popular characters of this season, and just
without a doubt,
one of the most popular characters in a while. He's very well liked, and I didn't get it at first. I was just like, he's cool.
Yeah.
He's a teacher, mentor guy, but over time, I started to really fucking like him.
I mean, at first, my favorite character was Fushiguro.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I mean, you get more antiquated with him at first.
Yeah.
Right. I think because
isn't that how like how the episode opens, but like it's one of the very first scenes.
Yeah.
In front of the.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be your guide for life from now on," or whatever. And then Gojo's sort of like that guy who's like, I'm the teacher, but you're not going to see me much because I'm off doing other shit.
Yeah,
and I'm going to let these guys.
But that's the funny thing though is you'd think they'd play their cards, they'd hold their cards closer to their chest with Gojo, but like he fucks people up in this season. Like he does not give a shit, and he is just severely overpowered, and I really appreciate it. I don't know where they're going with it necessarily, but I think his abilities are fucking awesome. I think the abilities in the show are awesome. All the domain expansion shit is cool as fuck. And just the general techniques that people use are what really got me about this
There's some really interesting like dynamics with the magic stuff. Like, you know, where there's Gojo who he's like not invincible necessarily, but like
he's probably the most
close to it.
He's the most powerful character in the show.
Oh, without a doubt. And then you have Fushiguro, who like, you know, he's represented as like he's somewhat advanced, but he's not all the way there. Right. But like he has an incredible amount of potential.
He's readily surpassed by his classmates by the end of the season, honestly. Or not readily surpassed, but like they're on track to becoming like more powerful. Than him.
Powerful, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I think there is a lot of the things in the show. I saw a lot of on Twitter, at least, like criticisms of the show for being very similar to Naruto, in that you have the lineup of the fucking main character, which Itadori is sort of a like in his personality, he's a very typical shonen main character.
Yeah.
But then you have like Fushiguro, who's the more reserved, black-haired guy. You know, he's part of a bloodline. Yeah, which we actually don't learn until the end of the season. But yeah, and then you have the girl. I mean, because that's what Sakura was. Honestly, was just the fucking girl.
Yeah.
And I already love Nobara way more for one reason and for another reason. I want to fuck her. So
I just looked at the fucking sound waves and we just peaked so fucking hard.
We fucked him. Yeah, and then you have like one of the most obvious things that people like to point out is, Gojo is like Kakashi because he wears like a mask on his face and he has flowing white hair.
Mask and he's like cool white hair guy.
But like they're actually nothing like the Naruto, because like the Naruto character, like the main characters were a lot more childlike. Honestly, they still went through
it seemed like it was a lot more playful, sort of.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. A lot of dark shit happened to Naruto, but like they're not exactly like teenagers at that. They're like 12, 13, I want to say, at that point.
I mean, Jujutsu is like straight horror at some points.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. I'm loving the rise of shonen horror. I think that's really... There have definitely been horror elements in shonen before. There's a whole kind of horror arc in One Piece, and I don't know. This and Chainsaw Man, which I'm really looking forward to.
I've heard a lot about that.
But I was going to say, with Kakashi... the thing about Kakashi, he isn't even like severely overpowered like fucking Gojo is, because Kakashi gets fucked in the first arc by like a ninja that Naruto could conceivably beat if given the full power of the Nine-Tailed Fox. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I like Gojo though. He's uniquely like overpowered as a teacher, which you don't see. Usually the teacher is a pawn to get fucking fucked in a shonen kind of setting, but. No, they did a really cool job with him. I love his infinity ability. I think that his domain is awesome. Reversal red is fucking dope as fuck, as well as hollow purple. I love him. I love him to death.
He's a cool guy.
Enough Gojo talk though.
Gojo simp.
Yeah, I've become a Gojo simp. I've been converted. He's on your favorites. So.
He is. I mean, so for me, I think it's they drive like the character relationships into you somewhat. I'm like, And other shows, it's like character relationships are like a foundation for the show, right?
Right.
And I think it's sort of like that at this, but I think there's a good balance between like, we're family. We care a lot about each other, yeah. And also like, hey, we have a job to do.
Okay, yeah, I agree because so there's a lot of this show has a lot of moral questions weighted behind most of the battles. And I think a good example is fucking like
the fight with where what's his name? The white-haired guy. Mahito, where he's turning like people into weird demons, and it's like they're still human.
Or I think I was gonna say a good example. No, yeah, you're right. But a good example is like the conversation. So one of my favorite characters in the show is Nanami. I fuck with Nanami. His ability is awesome. I love his shit where he basically gets like a critical hit. He can basically
he has a crit.
You can see where he performs a crit on someone, which is so cool. Yeah. But he also has the I don't know what it's called, like an innate power or something, but like the innate power to like whenever he works overtime, he's more powerful. Yeah. Which I thought was cool as shit because that's not. There's a really good quote from Nanami, and it's fucking being a Jujutsu sorcerer is shit.
I love that. Jujutsu sorcerers are shit.
Yeah, and I think that's reflected in a conversation that he and Itadori have after Junpei's death, and we're kind of jumping around, but I don't really give a fuck.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, and their fight with Mahito, where Itadori's like, I want to give everyone a proper death at least.
Right. Yeah.
And Nanami's like, what the fuck does that mean?
That doesn't
work. Because
you can't do that.
Do you know how time consuming that would be? Do you know how draining that would be? And I there's a quote and a song from Jujutsu, the Jujutsu Kaisen soundtrack. It's called Remember. You love that. It's a fucking banger. It's called Remember. And there's one part where it goes, there's no right or wrong. And that was actually the intention of, or at least what the mangaka Gege Akutami said. Yeah. He said this Jujutsu is about how there is no objective morality. He cited Thanos as someone, like, Mahito is a character who, like...
He has no morals.
He has different morals, right? You can't necessarily prove that what he's doing is objectively wrong. Yeah, it's his moral system that he operates within.
He has very loose morals.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that because shonen stories usually like to assert themselves as like they like to have strong morals. Like One Piece has very strong morals. Yeah, Naruto has very strong morals. And I'm not suggesting any of the morals in those shows are wrong. There's some great morals in those fucking shows, but I like this nuanced approach of, I mean, at the end of the day, in high stakes life or death situations like this, you have a job to do.
Right.
But also, there's not really any right or wrong. It's a job, and doing that job is shit, as Nanami says.
Yes.
But that's what I loved about that. But I think so. I guess we can just move into like through the season and everything. After the little general discussion. So then after that, you get introduced to Nobara, the baddie.
Yeah.
And I really like her. I think her backstory is nice and just...
What was her backstory again?
Her backstory was like, she had... It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I just remember liking the general vibes. Like, she had some, like, female figure that she really liked.
Yeah.
She moved to Tokyo for more ambitious things. I don't remember.
Oh, what exactly. She had like a friend who was like getting like abused at school or something.
Yeah. So I really liked hers, and I think she's hot as shit. And I also think her fucking power's cool as shit. So
nail shit.
I watched Mother's Basement video about this. I didn't fucking. He made a Jujutsu video recently. He made a very good point. I'd never thought about it like this. She is someone who is very, like, assertive and will fucking just insult you. Like, she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, she doesn't hold back.
Which I appreciate. But also, her kind of voodoo doll, like, technique that she has is kind of a metaphor for, like, fucking hitting people where it hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Just with her words. That was a good detail that you noticed.
I didn't.
But no, I loved her. And then you kind of got into the arc with... There was like this just fucking cursed spirit. It was like in a prison or some shit.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was it was some sort of workplace for like prisoners.
Yeah, it was, and I thought that arc was very good because like you get the beginning of fucking like the very first Itadori death. He just dies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he obviously doesn't die. But like, you have this whole big fight with, or Itadori finally so he kind of just jumps into fights at the beginning. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna save everybody." Yep, I'm in. But then he kind of like gets his first like humbling experience, and it's like, "Fuck, I'm kind of scared to die."
Right. Yeah.
In that whole battle, but then I think in a last ditch effort, if I recall correctly, he reaches out to Sukuna and
and lets him take over.
Which is the very first kind of deal between the two. And which also. That's really cool that the most powerful character is inside of him. Yeah,
like he can only come out if given permission.
But also, I really like that Itadori like has this. That's a really good excuse for him to be super powerful really quick. There's the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer inside of him, but he's not necessarily in control. But yeah, so that you have that arc. But I think that was the first. That arc was the first one where I started to really like Megumi or Fushiguro.
Yeah.
Was his like little fucking talk with Sukuna and Itadori. And honestly, it's sad because he pulls a fucking Abdol. Like Itadori pulls an Abdol, and he just kind of
he's like quote unquote dead for like 2 months or something, and his friends think that he's dead the entire time.
It's really sad. But no, he's
in the training arc.
Yeah,
with Gojo.
Which also, I have to say, that's like one of the most unique shonen training arcs I've ever seen. Like, try to contain...
Watch movies.
And try to contain your fucking, like, negative emotions. If you don't, this little fucking bear's gonna beat the shit out of you. It's like, what is that? Usually, like, in training arcs, like, you gotta do 1 million bajillion push-ups.
Right,
and then you have to master your energy by holding it long enough. But this one's just like fucking watching, which
if you don't do it right, you're gonna get beat up.
Yeah, but there's also like there's a very clear influence here of not just horror, but horror movies. There's a whole character whose thing is he's got a thing for horror movies and like just movies in general. Akutami's really fascinated with, which I really like.
Well, hey, there's a movie coming out.
Oh hell yeah.
Goddamn.
So then you get into the. Well, actually, before the Junpei arc, there's kind of build up. You get actually, first I want to talk about the villains real quick because they make their first appearance in like this restaurant, and
oh man, how they're always chilling.
Yeah, they're just chilling, and I like that. I like
goes on a beach.
I like how they're
like in the restaurant.
I like how they're not just brooding in a cave like the Akatsuki or some shit. They're like actually just chilling, like having a good time.
I saw some meme about that. And it's like villains in other shows, but then villains in fucking Jujutsu, they're always like just chilling on a beach.
Absolutely, but I think that's another.
That's fitting.
I think
sort of.
Yeah, it is because it's another detail that Akutami can put in where it's like these guys aren't. Again, it's not necessarily right or wrong what these people are doing. They have their own lives. They don't just sit fucking
like they're
obsessing over other people in a cave all the time.
Quote unquote people too.
Well, some of them aren't people. Well, actually, most of them are just honestly the incarnation of evil.
Right.
Even if some of them have good intent, like the nature. Climate change activist among them.
Yes.
But like, even she's like, yeah, I'll fucking kill nature.
You're right.
Shit. I don't give a
fuck.
Like,
I'll kill you if you
get my way. She doesn't have any distinct. Yeah. But that was a really good scene. They just don't give a fuck. We're just gonna light this random lady in a restaurant on fire. Bye.
Yeah, they fucking torched everyone in the restaurant.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you get so there's one of the guys is a volcano guy. His name is Jogo. And
not to be confused with Gojo.
No. But he's kind of just like a generic like henchman, honestly.
Old powerful man.
Yeah,
he doesn't have time for these kids.
I like it because then immediately after you get his fight with Gojo and he just gets fucking destroyed.
Oh yeah,
and then you get Gojo's ability established. Which another thing I like about Gojo is how fucking cheeky he is. Like here's
like go ahead, you beat me.
You can't touch me, but the distance between you and I grows like. You grow slower and slower, like infinitesimally, as you try to reach towards me.
Right.
And then he fucking, which like in any other anime, it's like this is my ultimate trump card technique. But then Gojo's just like, I want to hold hands, and I fucking love that. He's just so cheeky. I love him.
He's funny.
And that whole episode is just fucking dope as shit. Infinity is so cool. We're introduced to domain expansions.
Reality Marble.
Yeah, Reality Marble, and. One of the best parts of that episode with Gojo versus Jogo was the part where Gojo's just like, "Hello, I'll be right back," and he just grabs Itadori.
Yeah,
like,
he goes and gets Itadori. He's like, "Come with me.
Come on, come watch this.
Come check this out real quick."
I don't know. I fucking love that episode. I loved it a lot more in retrospect, but yeah.
I fell asleep the first time I saw it, so
Yeah.
I rewatched it, and I was like, "Oh,
This
it's
is
probably good that I rewatched this.
Yeah.
This is like an establishing episode."
yeah, and it's just amazing.
It is amazing.
So
and then after that's the Junpei arc.
Then after that is the Junpei arc, which has a lot of build up.
I think that's probably the most. That is the most like emotion. In my opinion, it's the most emotional.
I agree. Definitely.
Has the most emotional impact.
I agree.
For sure.
Junpei is like I appreciate that they take a lot of time. Like it's probably like 2 or 3 episodes where they like give you the time to be emotionally invested in him as a character.
Right. It's like the build up of their friendship.
And again, with the anime, they make you think he's gonna be a mainstay of the show, but no, he gets fucking killed because of the tragedy.
But no, he's fucking dead.
Yeah, the tragedy
right.
of fucking Mahito, who is a fucking probably one of the most hateable anime characters.
I love Mahito.
No. I love him, but like I
you don't love his.
You don't love what he does.
His actions.
You
or
just
whatever.
love that he
love
is
his character.
he is who he is, and he's like fucking sticks to. But like
right. Like
I love
you expect. No, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say you expect Junpei, like, you know, obviously he's like, I want to get revenge on these people, but I don't want to kill them necessarily.
Right, he's not pushed to that moral
right,
edge
and you expect that to be a factor in, you know, Itadori like pulling him back, like, hey, why don't you come and join us? Like you have potential. Like
you get that really nice scene where they're fucking sitting and talking,
and you honestly expect, like, you know, there's so much emotional buildup, like,
not to mention the opening.
Right, yeah, obviously the opening like diverts expectation, but like you expect them to be like good friends and like have a lasting relationship, and then he gets fucked, and it's like so Itadori's the one who kills him, right? I mean, he's forced to kill him. I thought, right?
He's put in a Mahito kills him, but like Itadori's put in a situation where
he
that has to be
basically
I really like Mahito's power. I think it's his fucking soul manipulation.
Yeah.
Like the shape of a person's soul, but also the shape, like the physical shape. He's just a shapeshifter, basically.
Right.
But I love how that's a really disturbing concept. Like with the single touch, he can just you're fucking
like
a weird ass monster.
He can do whatever he wants to you.
Exactly.
I thought it's one of the parts that really got to me was he was like, I've been experimenting on humans to see how small I can physically make them.
Yes.
And he pulls a fucking person out of his pocket, and they're like withered and like on the verge of death.
The horror is palpable in those arcs, especially. Like that is just so fucked. But it's like that's what he's interested in.
He's into that thing.
He's into that, and you can't really prove necessarily that what he's doing is
wrong. And he even points out, he's like, you know, who's to say that they're not the people who are wrong?
Yeah, but so that whole, and like, yeah, you're right. The relationship with Itadori and Junpei is like genuinely nice, and like the dinner he has with him and his mother is really fucking nice. Then his mother gets fucking murdered. And then it turns into this school, like little school arc that they have. Yeah. And that is probably like the best part of the season.
I think so. Well, okay. So before we get into the fight, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else to say before the fight? I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't. Not I think
so. The fight between Nanami.
I was gonna say something else, but you can continue with the fight.
Well, I was just gonna say
we're kind of jumping all over the place.
The fight with Itadori and Nanami versus Mahito it's in my opinion the best fight in the show.
Yeah, I agree.
Like obviously there's that one shot of them both like going crazy on him.
Yeah,
but it's short and sweet, but it's like, oh, this is what we're capable of. Like, this is like, I didn't think it was like incredible, but it was so cool to see.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't really get a whole lot, you know, you got a tiny glimpse of it at the beginning with Gojo versus Sukuna, where he's just making a fool out of Sukuna.
Yeah.
But then it's, you know, this shit, and it's like, oh, so this is what we're doing. Like, we're capable of this.
Capable of what?
Capable of like showing a fight like this.
Oh no, yeah.
Like I mean from from MAPPA, I guess what I'm saying is.
Oh, okay.
But then also it's like, oh, so like we're actually it's not going to be a completely one-sided thing where it's just villain instant wins. Like, he's going to get beat the shit out of, and he might not care.
Okay, yeah.
But that doesn't change the fact that he still was losing at that point in time.
So before this fight, there's great emotional build-up in Itadori's rage whenever Mahito kills him, which is... It was really fucking sad when he died, and he's just like this creature on the floor, and it's like
so
sad. And you think about what could have been, not just because of the opening, but just because of the emotional build-up before, and the fact that he probably could be a good jujutsu sorcerer. He like shows capabilities before, but you get all that build-up, Itadori's rage, and an amazing start to a fight, which is just Itadori going ham.
Right.
On Mahito. And that that
crazy.
Visualization of his rage was so fucking good. And then Nanami steps in. And like the fight is already like really good.
Right.
He beats the shit out of him with his divergent fist, which I also think is like a simple but really cool ability. Like he punches you with his cursed energy, but like the first punch,
it's a double blow.
It's a double blow basically.
Right.
He gets the cursed energy blow and then the blow of his actual fist.
Right.
Like he's basically superhuman.
Yeah, right.
But no, and then Nanami comes in, and like Nanami's been built up throughout this arc as well, and you do get that fucking phenomenal scene. But like also, it's not a one-sided fight, right? Like
right.
You said it's not just the villain loses, but it's also not just the hero's wipe. Like.
Right, they're struggling to take him out.
Mahito finds a bunch of counters, which I thought were really cool. Like, he turns into a fucking kid at one point. Like,
yeah, he like shrinks himself and runs away.
He uses like Itadori's like emotions against him with like the cursed spirits that are basically children. And
right.
He's like, oh fuck, I don't want to do this.
He's good at manipulating.
Yeah, he
like for sure.
And, yeah,
I mean, he did that with Junpei.
That's why he has that power.
Yeah, it's like a metaphor.
But like also, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to talk about that one cut where,
of course,
they're going ham.
Yeah.
On. I
mean, cue that cut now.
Okay. So what's phenomenal about is not only the fucking like the choreography in that one, and just like the fucking the feeling of rawness of like they're jumping him.
Yeah, like he's getting fucking destroyed.
But also, the funny thing about it is. The person who animated that, their name is Verkreek, I don't know. And they are 17 years old.
What the fuck?
I'm not kidding. I will get into this. I know, right? I will get into this later with MAPPA. But he is 17. He also did other cuts on Jujutsu that were phenomenal.
Like a straight up like high school like art student or something?
I don't know. I don't know what his situation. He's kind of just like behind a Twitter label, so I don't know too much about his like personal life.
That's sick, actually.
But
that's so cool.
He also worked on Attack on Titan, the final season.
Yo, shout out kids who draw anime.
Yeah.
Y'all work for MAPPA.
He also... Well, okay, I'll talk about that later. It's from the Gabby episode.
Yes.
Where she goes up,
yeah.
You know. And there's a scene where she's reloading her gun. And it looks really fucking
I remember
smooth.
that, yeah, where she's aiming
really
or whatever.
Good.
Yeah.
No. Where she's reloading. And it looks really good.
She's running and she's like...
No. It's just a simple reload animation. And it looks so smooth.
Okay, I think I know
it's like, how did a 17-year-old make this? Yeah, that scene is just fucking... amazing.
That's actually super cool.
It's like one of the best action cuts I've ever seen in a show.
And, for sure. Like that's some of the
17-year-old animators.
That's some of the best like choreography I've seen in anime.
But then it doesn't even end there. You get Mahito's domain expansion, which is cool as fuck, where he gets all the hands.
Right.
Also, Mahito. Actually, I don't know.
What?
I was gonna say he's a better hand theme villain than Shigaraki from My Hero. But
I mean, Kida's the best hand team villain.
Shigaraki's really good. But no, his domain's super fucking cool. Nanami, we get Nanami's backstory, which is really cool. It reminded me of the Wolf of Wall Street and fucking Matthew.
Yeah, how he's just like working an office job.
Fuck, I fucked up there. And that shit was really cool. And and it really plays into his character. Like, he acknowledges that working is shit. He doesn't like working generally.
Right.
But also,
it's better than being a jujutsu sorcerer.
He basically like quit his job to become a jujutsu sorcerer because, as he claimed, it was like a job.
It was a responsibility, sort of.
Yeah, but it was also a job that was just making money for other people.
Yeah.
He kind of works at like a stockbroker place.
It's it's some sort of
And I think it's great because it's like it's his thing of like hey, if I'm gonna be doing shitty ass work, I might as well be doing it helping other people.
Yeah, right.
Which, you know, I think that's a good message. Is like, hey, whatever's right or wrong in this world, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Like, there's like, just help as many people as you can. But I don't know. I love the fucking Mahito arc. That shit was.
Oh yeah.
That was like a 2-episode arc, and it was fucking.
Yeah.
It was better than a lot of shonen.
I wish they sort of toned it back on him after that. I wish. I mean, I don't know how they would have included him, but I wish they would have given him a little bit more time after that.
Well, it wasn't really his time at that
right,
point.
Yeah.
And I think.
I mean, I'm sure.
I think they're gonna give him his.
I do know that some shit happens with him later on in the manga.
Yeah.
But like that's.
Yeah, it's manga shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that fucking arc. So then we move into the more typical shonen arc. We get the school tournament arc.
Oh!
Not even tournament, more just like battle royale arc.
I love this. Yeah.
It's really cool. I really like everybody and most of the people in the second class.
Yeah.
Which like with like My Hero, like I don't give a fuck about like the second class. Like who gives a fucking shit? But this one they give distinct personalities, backstories, and powers to most of them. Going through them real quick. Obviously Toto is fucking awesome. I love Toto. I love how he's like literally just deluded.
His power is honestly like
it's so simple.
It's probably my favorite power in the entire show.
It's so simple, but it's so cool. Just
clap your hands and switch any living things. Pretty much.
And like it's kind of OP because like he doesn't have to necessarily. Whenever he does clap, it doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna switch someone, so he can fake people out.
Right? Yeah,
like,
that's what
overpowered.
I was like. Wait, what happens if he just claps?
Yeah, exactly.
It like fakes
because like
the
fucking
tree
like,
thing, or no, not yet.
Because like Mascot or Salmon Guy, he can't like speak. Like that's a restriction he has.
It's like Black Bolt essentially.
But no, I love basically. But I love Toto. I love how deluded he is.
He's so cool.
And so then you got Mask Guy, who's like just fucking cool. He's dope as shit. Like. His power is so fucking cool, where he just, like, goes up and is like, sleep. Like, now you're fucking asleep.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
so cool.
Also, it's like, doesn't he... It has a... like, I didn't expect him to actually utilize this, or, like, draw attention to it. But it also has a backfire in that, like, he says, don't move, and then Fushiguro and Class 2A guy can't move.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like... Oh, so it could
right. It affects
accidentally
it affects people in a certain way.
And I found it interesting where he's on the phone with what's her name, the blue-haired girl.
Yep.
Kazumi.
Yeah.
And he just goes sleep, and then she's out. Like you can use it through phones. Or something.
Also love. I'll keep going with the main class, but you have Panda Guy, or I guess I already said Toto, but whatever. But Panda Guy, who is not a panda, evidently.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool as shit. I love how he has multiple animal forms.
Yeah, he has like
gorilla
multiple
mode.
Personality. He goes ape mode.
He goes fucking Winston mode. Like it's so good.
Yeah, he does.
And then he has a third one. He has Panda, Gorilla,
and I don't
remember the third one honestly, but they'll probably pull it out in the future.
I forget which one it is.
But no, he's fucking cool as shit. You got I guess I'll just go through Maki, okay.
Best girl!
I love Maki. She's just so simple.
She's chill.
She's so simple, but she's like she doesn't feel like useless as fuck. Like,
I think she has a really interesting backstory with like how her family intentionally holds her back.
Fuck me. I was thinking of Miwa. That's why I was talking about her. She was so simple.
Never
mind. Maki. No, Maki is cool as shit.
Yeah.
I really like how
she's fucking
they
awesome.
pretty much throw out the idea of like power grades meaning anything, and they're like, go after Maki. She's a low grade, but it's like,
no, she's not.
She's not.
She's fucking cracked.
She's a high grade.
She will beat the shit out of you. Her family holds her back.
The influence of her, or like her fucking family, like since she went out on her fucking own, like they're like, fuck you. We're rating you a lower grade, bitch.
I also thought it was a cool dynamic how she couldn't actually see cursed spirits, and so she had to use the glasses to see them.
That's cool.
Like that's it. Like no actual like natural abilities.
Yeah.
But like she still can beat the shit out of you.
That was, I think that her backstory with like there's like behind this school, like with the way Gojo treats like the higher ups, like there's a clear like fucked up bureaucracy going on here, and like there's a lot of really shitty things that go back for generations, including that bloodline. But no, Maki's cool as fuck. Like the way she uses different weapons, she's just like a weapons girl, and she just like uses the weapons really well. Then you have her sister Mai. Is that Mai?
Mai, yeah, Mai's in it.
Mai, yeah. I didn't love her at first. I thought she was just
she was a bitch.
Okay, she's a bitch.
Yeah. But
also, I think what really sold me on her, I thought it was really sad whenever she was like, why didn't you fucking stay with me?
Yeah, why didn't you stay with me?
Which is like, yeah, really fucked up dynamics. It's like, Maki's motives are understandable, but also so are Mai's. It's like, don't leave me alone in this fucked up family.
Yeah, right.
Where no one's here to protect me. But I really liked the Mai kind of ability that she had where, like, over the course of a day or however long, like, she can create a bullet out of cursed energy. I thought that was cool.
But also, why wouldn't you just buy bullets? Well, I guess that means you have like an extra bullet in the chamber.
It's a bluff. It's a bluff, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
It's a bluff tactic, which I thought was really cool. But it wasn't enough to defeat Maki, because Maki is broken.
Yeah, she fucking
So then you actually get the third of the M-girl fucking trio, Miwa, who I love. She's just so simple.
She's chill.
She has a simple motive, and like she has a simple ability. Like, but I don't feel like she needs to be cut, because I just think she's cool. I like her fucking... I really like the way her... I guess it's a simple domain, not a domain expansion, but it's like I think it's really cool. Like everything goes black and it like focuses on the little circle around her. And she's like getting ready to fucking use her sword, and she can like slice anyone who gets in the radius.
One-shot people or something, whatever.
Apparently, but no.
It's funny. I saw her in the opening. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call it. She's best girl for me. And then she didn't do shit. Nope.
Oh, who is?
It's Maki, dude.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I gotta give it to her.
I understand.
Understandable.
But no, she's cool as shit. Or she's just cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was also gonna say I really just like again, her motives are simple as well. She just Maki's like, why are you fucking here? And he was just like, cause I'm poor.
Right. Yeah.
I want to make money. Yeah. It's like, all right, that's valid.
I need money.
Like everyone's there for different reasons, and I think that's.
Yeah, I think that it's not like just you're going to school.
I want to be the greatest Jujutsu sorcerer ever.
Right. It's like they actually have like their own
legit
interesting
reasons.
motives.
Yeah.
Right.
So hey,
popping up with follow, guys. Sorry, I'm like editing my playlist while we're talking.
There's Miwa. Fuck, who else is there? Oh yeah, there's Kamo, who's like the.
Who's that guy?
He's part of the other kind of big bloodline.
Oh, he's the guy who's fighting Fushiguro.
And he uses blood, which I also think is really
cool.
His backstory was kind of, I mean, like, I don't know, it's fine. But like his power is cool. I just love how he manipulates blood. You know, bloodlines, blood. So yeah, that's all those bitches. I love them all. I almost forgot the most forgettable of them all. The witch.
No, you forgot about the robot, too.
Oh, yeah, Mechamaru.
Mechamaru.
Wait, he's so...
turned into a fucking bitching machine.
He's so cool. That was hilarious. Like, after his tragic backstory, it's like, you are now a pitching machine. Now...
So, hopefully they expand on him in the future, but, like, what's the deal? I guess he was just injured in the past or something?
He's really injured. I guess he used this kind of same thing as maybe Sukuna did, where he, like, has a vessel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really like that. Like, he's injured as fuck. Like, he's basically bedridden. Right. But he's inside of this cool-ass robot who also just, has cool robot abilities, laser... Blah.
Is he inside of him, or is he somewhere else?
I don't know. He's probably, like, inside. Like, he is the soul.
He's the soul. Yeah,
I think that's
makes
what
sense.
That is. So, yeah, Mechamaru. And then you got fucking witch girl. Like, who cares?
Witch lolly girl.
Like, she's just a witch.
Yeah, I don't fucking... Who cares?
She's a witch.
Who gives a shit about
she's, like, not interesting at all. So cut her from the story.
Get the fuck out of here!
Akutami, cut her from the story.
Yeah, get her out.
So yeah, then you just get that whole like tournament arc, which I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
You get the
tournament arcs are the best.
The big battle between I forgot nature. I'll just call her nature spirit versus
I forgot
everybody else, which like she put up a damn good fight.
Yeah, no, like super powerful.
Which I appreciate. They didn't just treat her like fodder.
And then at some point she was like, I gotta go all out just this once.
Just
and
this
then
once.
Took off the armband.
Yep.
Yeah.
there were so many fucking cool moments in that entire fight. Like, fucking, you had Itadori do his very first Black Flash, which is just like a super fast punch. Basically,
I found that a little bit interesting because they sort of pulled it out of nowhere, but it was cool. It was like the maximum a sorcerer has ever done in one day
is like 3 or whatever.
Yeah, and it was
that
like
was cool.
and he's done 3. And then
Itadori's like
Itadori beats him with,
he beats him.
He beats him with 4.
I was about to say he either gets closer or beats him. Yeah. So seeing that mechanic introduced is very cool. But Itadori's not the only one who does it actually. So then you get just the Sakuga Fest of I don't know if it's episode 20 or I think it's 19. Where Todo and fucking Itadori. Go hard, and fucking your battle is my battle is fucking playing.
I love that. It's awesome.
And like Toto's pulling off some 700 million IQ plays.
I know he's teleporting the shit out of people. I love how he's like a lot of the time it's mostly like he fights a little bit in the fight, but mostly it's Itadori and he's sort of in the background doing like the strategy while Itadori's
he
fighting.
is, which you would think it would be the other way around because he's like
he's the super muscle. Powerful.
Because like he's probably like the most like physically powerful,
capable of all of
them. Like Itadori hits that motherfucker with punches on punches. And he doesn't
flinch. Yeah. I mean, no. I really like that fight. There's awesome like what's the word I'm looking for? Choreography in it.
Yep.
And I love the part where they're like, what is it, like a tree or something? Yep. They're like running around in the tree in like midair.
That's it. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, and that cut is fucking phenomenal. I guess I'll just put all these fucking cuts on the video. That'll actually be
cool. That'd be sick.
That part where... So the funny thing about anime...
The funny thing about
anime in general...
Japanese anime... is Chinese cartoons. Let me tell you something about Chinese cartoons.
The way that they adapt... I don't feel like I gave anime animators enough credit.
Right, yeah.
For the amount of shit that they have to fill in. Because, okay, hold on a second. There's that entire scene. So, you get the start of that scene, right? And it's before they're doing all the crazy shit in the tree. And it's like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, let's get started. Boom. And that shot, right? They're on top of there. In between that last panel and the panel where they're on top of the tree, there's like 14 to 15 seconds of just straight, like, in between animation that they had to make between point A and point B.
I mean,
right?
Like, conceptually, it seems so hard to take, like, solid one-frame picture and turn it into animation.
Exactly.
Like, how do they think that out?
That's why people don't give animators enough credit, honestly.
No, they do so fucking much for these.
There's so much good shit in that cut. Fucking Itadori looking like he's running for, like, his fucking... as fast as he can. Like, I've rarely seen something like that in a cut where it looks like they are frantically running. Just their movement on the fucking tree is so cool. That was all done by a guy named...
all done by a guy.
By a guy. Not a single guy, but like the key animator on that scene was Keiichiro Watanabe.
I've heard that name.
Who you should fucking watch out for.
I've heard that name before.
I watched some cuts of his. He is phenomenal. He doesn't have a Mal page, which pisses me the fuck off. I would have put him in my favorites, but he just has... amazing cuts. But yeah, enough jerking off fucking Keiichiro. No, that shit was amazing. But also, I think the shit outside of the domain of... There's like an... I really like this. There is, in this tournament, so Gojo... Like, if Gojo gets to whoever's fighting and, like, fighting the kids in the tournament, they're fucking done.
Yeah, they're done.
So they make a anti-Gojo
barrier
dedicated to keeping Gojo out of it.
And he fucking breaks it and just appears midair. He's like, who should I go for
He's
first?
like fucking Dragon Ball Z flying. It's like, okay, flying is a thing now. But also,
they fly now.
So there's like a big grandpa. There's like a grandpa of the. I don't know if he's like the.
I think
like
he's
the principal of the other school.
Yeah, I think that's what he is.
Or like oversees all the schools. But so in the second opening, there's a clip at the end where they're like playing guitar. And I always wondered, like, why is that in there?
That seems really random.
So Gramps rolls up to this anti-Gojo barrier and just pulls out a fucking guitar. And I was just like, what the fuck is this?
I didn't realize that until you pointed it out to me. I was like, oh, shit! You're absolutely right!
It's like with old dudes, you would usually imagine a certain ability like that they would use. Is not a fucking guitar. Like a spiritual guitar that they used against their enemies.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was fucking funny. But also, then you get, some more phenomenal animation with Gojo's Hollow Purple, where he just fucking like nukes.
Yeah.
Nukes the tournament area. It's like, okay, he can just nuke people now, I guess.
Dude, at this point, anything he pulls out, it's just gonna be like, yep, he does that now.
He does that. But also, okay, another thing I really liked. So I liked that they were like, this series is not hesitant to show Gojo's eyes. Where like in Naruto, you don't see Kakashi's like full face until
they didn't do that until Boruto, right?
Yeah, until the sequel fucking series. But like
no one fucking
Jujutsu,
likes.
They do it in episode 7, and then he does it again, and it's just like he just covered. I still don't know the reason why he covers his eyes. Maybe they'll cover that. I know they go into his backstory a little bit in the manga, but
oh, good.
But no, I just love that. It's like when the eyes come out, it's fucking over.
Then it's over. It's like,
yep,
he's gonna go all out.
So yeah, I mean, obviously that arc was cool, but then we get kind of a chill episode. I don't actually know if this is filler.
The baseball arc, the best arc in anime. Woo!
Oh my god!
Go!
Oh my
I love this, dude.
Oh shit!
You just got fucked.
Yeah.
I saw this in the opening, and I was like, "What is this?"
Oh, what is this?
And then I was like, "If this is real," because I had seen clips of people playing baseball and Jujutsu, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I find out that it's
a baseball.
And then they're like, "Well, we gotta do the tournament arc somehow," and it's revealed that like Gojo like. They do it by like taking a bunch of ideas out of like a bucket or something.
Yeah.
It's really like Gojo rigged it.
And it's like,
oh,
you think
a baseball thing.
Right, you think the tournament arc's gonna continue, they're gonna go like fight or something. But then
Nope. I play fucking baseball.
Which is just
and it's funny. So like it's a much needed break, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
But also it's like I don't know if it's filler or not, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too.
Like it's fun.
I'll just say this. If there's a beach episode...
Oh, dude, if there's a beach episode, I'd be fucking done. Oh! I lost! Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That's what we do here.
Complete peak.
But, okay, so you'd think, like, the baseball episode, it's like, oh, fuck, man, this has got to be the end of it. This is, like, this just got to be, like, chill setup stuff. Right. Like, no!
Complete new arc.
There's a new like 2-episode arc, and it's
Fushiguro background arc.
It's a paranormal like Mob Psycho.
Kind of. Actually, it kind of is like Mob Psycho.
Yeah. Which I mean, I didn't mind. I didn't think it was the best arc, but I don't know.
I think it's interesting how they dive into this backstory a little bit because even like it's self-aware. Like Itadori and Nobara. I don't know why I couldn't think of her name.
How dare you?
Itadori and Nobara are like, why don't you tell us anything about like your background? Like,
you're so boring.
About your life. Yeah, you're so boring. And like, you don't even consider the fact like, oh yeah, he probably went to school at some point.
Yeah, but then it also gets revealed that like he just beat the shit out of like delinquents, which I thought was cool as fuck.
He enacted his justice on them.
Yeah, he did, which I thought was cool. But yeah, his backstory, it wasn't amazing, but it had some interesting.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It finally shows like what the fuck is this?
What's up with this motherfucker?
This girl.
Yeah, with this chick that I keep seeing in the opening.
Like, is that his mom or is that his sister?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then you learn he's part of the Zenny bloodline, which I was actually kind of surprised by.
I got spoiled for that, but also I don't. It's not like a spoiler.
I also
sort of thing.
I kind of forget how like the gap between Gojo and like the kids' ages are, because I just see like fucking like 12-year-old Fushiguro, and then there's Gojo who basically looks the same, and I'm like, what the fuck? Right. I feel like Gojo's around the same age as them, but he's not. He's like almost 30.
I'd say he's probably in his 20s.
Yeah.
He's chill.
But no, I thought that I thought him finally going all out was cool. You know.
Yeah.
And his fucking it's incomplete, and he's like almost fucking insane. That's the thing about all of them. It's like they got a little scary by the end. Like
they got
disturbing.
Like, every character sort of has that moment where like they go insane at some point.
Which I think is cool because usually in shonen it's just like angry, blah, I'm gonna attack you.
Yeah. Whereas
but they're like I'm going to fucking murder
like
you.
Gojo, Itadori, Fushiguro, Nobara, Maki, and I'm sure there are other people have that moment where they're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, and it's like regularly
like you're dead. Like yeah. But it's fun. It's fun.
It is fun. I like I do like how, again, they're building up the humanity of some of the cursed spirits.
Yeah, it's like they have their own morals.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you gotta kill them. It's a cursed spirit.
You gotta come on. You gotta kill these.
But no,
guys.
yeah, they both do a Black Flash, which is dope as fuck. They play a fucking banger song. It's like it's a heavy metal song.
I remember that.
That was one of the adds to the playlist for Jujutsu.
Hey.
Which actually, I'm fucking sad right now because they took it off Spotify because
did they
mislabeled some tracks. That's why. And so
those dumbasses.
Yeah, there was one song, "Your Battle Is My Battle," and I was listening to it and like, this is not the fucking song.
Yeah.
And so they fucked some shit up. But no, remember, fucking banger. It's by Cold Rain. They did the
Coldplay. Coldplay entered song in Jujutsu.
They did a opening for Rainbow, the prison anime, and they did another. I can't remember what the other one was, but it's a fucking.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
More fantastic animation in that
Oh yeah, episode. There's some good shit.
I love Nobara's hair and like her fucking snapping her fingers. Phenomenal.
Yeah. I loved the part when Fushiguro used his domain expansion.
Yeah.
And he was going insane. I was like, oh, so he has emotion now.
Yeah.
He's had emotion in the past, inside, yeah. But it's very bottled up, and now it's like you can tell he's
loose.
Like, yeah, he's going crazy.
Yeah, and he has like this. His domain is like he can like spam his animals, but he like also can just like move throughout it, like move through the shadows, which is really fucking cool. So yeah, I love that arc. Good closer, and they had some near the end of the season. They had some setup. For the next season, which I'm very excited for.
We're gonna make these people first grade. These guys.
And I'm going to transfer fucking 10 billion or million yen to this one bitch. Gojo does that.
Yeah, apparently Gojo's rich.
Yep.
Like the
Gojo just has fucking everything in life, dude. I can't.
Like the Gojo clan is apparently fucking like rich as hell. Yeah. Which you can tell actually now that I look back on it, because his fits are like. His outfits are definitely a rich person outfit.
Okay, the funny thing is, though, he's like the only established Satoru family member that we've had so far.
Maybe the girl is the surveillance girl, because she has white hair. It could be.
I don't know, but we just have no other information on the Satoru
I think they go over it in the manga.
I'm excited to delve into, because
it's
he inherited that infinity ability and just his eyes in general, and it's like, oh, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, hype as fuck. For season 2.
Oh, absolutely.
I give this show...
Movie 2.
I give it a 10.
I give
animation.
I give it a 9. Yeah, well, okay, it's high 9 for me.
The characters are awesome. They give more depth to shonen backstories than, they usually do in 24 episodes time at least.
Yeah.
The plot is not amazing. It's kind of like, let's just do this.
Right.
We're going to do this next. But nonetheless, the plot is vehicles for amazing fights and emotions.
Right.
So I don't really give a fuck. So all around, and powers are cool. Love it.
Good picture.
I fucking love it. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Jujutsu?
Okay, so it's a high 9 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not quite a 10 for me, which absolutely does not make it bad by any means.
Yeah.
I did, minor issues here and there. I think that it was kind of weird how it was like, okay, we're going to do this, and now here's the next thing, and next problem. But, like, also it fits, because that's, like, what they do.
It works.
And the context of the show.
Yeah.
Character relationships are good.
Yeah.
I did think it was a little bit strange how Itadori, quote-unquote, died, and then they brought him back, and they were like, you're our best friend, why did you have to leave us? Because it feels like they didn't know each other for a super long time. But also, like, it was fine.
But I think there's something to be said about just the trauma of losing someone that's a good point. So suddenly, like in one mission, he's fucking gone.
And I mean, also you can tell like when Fushiguro thinks that, or when like Itadori collapsed in front of Fushiguro the first time that they met, he was like kind of scarred by it a little bit. You could tell like he didn't want Itadori to die, and you can tell that they're like very close and they're very family-like at the school, and that they all care about each other. No, good show. I like it.
I think this is.
I'm definitely happy.
If it's efficient as fuck for a shonen, it doesn't fuck around. Let's just go. Have some fights.
Yeah,
let's have some emotional themes.
No filler, really.
Let's have some fucking some great characters, unique characters. I love this show.
Good picture.
The show.
Well,
and so we move to our
next?
second MAPPA picture. Attack on Titan, the final season.
The final season, not the final season.
After the headliners of Sorcery fight, we have Attack on Titan.
Sorcery fight
final
to AOT.
season. Okay.
Not the final season.
So, we covered Attack on Titan.
We did.
I want to say, 3 episodes?
3 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was our February episode.
February, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Top 5,
Awesome.
easily.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So, what did you think of the finals? The very final
The
entry
very final. Nothing
of
after
Attack on
this.
Titan.
I guess we should explicitly say there will be spoilers.
Hell yeah.
It's natural for us if we talk about a show, there's going to be spoilers.
Yeah, so,
Right.
honestly, every show, there's just going to be spoilers.
Attack on Titan, I feel like I should explicitly say because that's the biggest show right now.
Yeah.
Like, without doubt.
It is.
Okay, so, it's definitely different. It's definitely very different in tone and pace.
Yeah.
And it introduces some very interesting dynamics between the people. So pretty much, basic plot summary. It's the world has been established. The Eldians and the Marlians know of each other and don't like each other still.
We've finally gotten outside of the wall.
Right, we've gotten outside of the wall, across the seas,
but
if
at
you will.
first, not in the way you think.
No.
Not with Eren and everybody, but with Reiner and this new group of kids.
These little mongrels,
Marlene kids,
if you will.
Marlene / Eldian.
Yeah, right. What the fuck are their names? Falco, Gabby,
Colt,
Colt's fucking brother, whatever.
and then the two
is.
bitches that fucking die. One of which gets trampled, and the other gets crushed.
Yes,
trampled by
guys.
a crowd.
Yes.
I have to agree with you. I love the first. I think honestly, that's my favorite part of the season is that whole first part in Marley.
It really gets you
so tonally. You're right. So tonally different. Like we get to see Reiner's fucking PTSD through small glimpses.
Yeah, right.
Small glimpses. I also love that they don't fully acknowledge for a while that the previous seasons happened. Like we're just in Marley right now.
Yeah,
we're not worried
this
about
is
anything
life
else
right now.
And they have like short clips of like when the Colossal Titan first attacked Giganshina.
Right.
It's just like honestly, if you didn't watch the prior seasons, like you'd be like,
what is this show?
What the fuck is that character?
Yeah.
But no, that's why I love that entire part was like portraying Reiner. It had an incredibly dark tone. Eren being at the fucking
what was it, like a hospital?
Yeah, hospital of some kind was cool as shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so I guess we
part.
should get through the Marley arc first.
Yeah.
So pretty much it establishes the characters and then establishes the fact that Eren he's infiltrated he's the imposter among us.
He's the imposter among them.
Among the Marlians.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan Among Us crossover.
Batman Fortnite.
This is kind of random. I don't know why this just popped in my head. But one part that I did think was kind of interesting was that Eren meets his grandpa.
Yes.
While he was there. And
yes.
what happened? Didn't he say, like, your son is dead? Or something along those... No, what did he say?
I don't know.
He said something that, like, fucked his grandpa up.
And his grandpa's like, fuck!
Yeah. And so... But no, yeah. So it starts with... the Marlians, and it has like short little glimpses of, hey, Eren's here and he's scheming something. And what I really thought was interesting was they actually get you to care about the Marlians for a second.
Yes.
They get because in the past they're treated as like these horrible people who
basically
are, like,
Nazis.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Basically Nazis.
And now you're looking at them and it's like, oh, it's not too
one-dimensional.
It's not so different from Eldia.
I think it's
Parody.
I think it's I think the whole like timeline of what the Eldians did to the Marlians and the Marlians did to the Eldians is honestly like it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
it doesn't matter
whether the Eldians did anything to the Marleyans, the history or not. Like, the history's jumbled. That could have all been Marleyan propaganda, but then you don't want to look at it from that side and just say that no, the Eldians were actually nice to people. Propaganda. It
doesn't fucking matter because no matter what the truth is, it doesn't.
Unequivocally bad things about Marley, like the fact that they did that to the Eldians,
right,
and the fact that they are basically a fascist state, but also. I think they did a good job of getting us to sympathize with like people who thought of Marley as their home, or like Eldian Marleyans that like were basically fighting for their fucking. I'm fighting for my fucking life.
I'm fighting for my fucking life.
Like Reiner, like his sad ass fucking childhood.
Yeah, he's like extremely depressed.
He thought if he could defeat these people, he could set things right. Yeah. Just like Aaron did way back in season 1.
I had a friend, my friend Ethan, I got him to start watching Attack on Titan, and before the whole Reiner reveal that he was the Colossal Titan and Bertold was, or whatever the fuck, they're Titans.
Yeah, they're Titans.
Before that reveal, Ethan was like, I bet that Reiner is the Armor Titan. But how would that make sense? Like, that would have meant he was just a kid when... Right. He infiltrated the walls.
They are.
And I was like, that's a good point. They never actually explain it. They were literally like 11 or 12 when they infiltrated the walls.
They were children. And
like, they were just straight up murdering people.
And that's a great... That's that's another... Like, I think both the Marleyans... Yeah. Both the Marleyans and the Eldians were militarized as children because of the conflict that they faced. Like, the Eldians, the fascist conditions that they were kept under, the terrible oppression that they were kept under. But... For Eldians, it was also the oppression of the Titans behind the fucking wall.
Right.
And Eren confronts Reiner in that one scene. It's like, we did this shit for the exact same fucking reason. We both
like, we are the same.
We are fundamentally the same. We were born in different places. That's it.
We same, but different.
If you could sum it up in a quote.
If you could sum it up, it would be, we same, but different.
We same.
We same,
okay.
But different.
But, anyways... No, but I also thought it was really interesting. We finally got to see sort of Reiner, Bertolt, and Annie's side of things.
Right, yeah.
Back in Parody, where, like, their journey as kids, where their fucking friend got eaten, and just their perspective of everything. And, like, I really like how they hide Eren. Like, he's just like we just see his back, we never really see his face.
Like, he's sort of in the background of a bunch of shots.
Yeah, which is great because, Eren doesn't really fucking play a huge role at this point. We just think...
Right.
If you don't know a lot, you might think that the fucking guy at the hospital is just some fucking rando.
Right.
Which I would love to have thought.
But,
no, it's Eren. But, no, I love that backstory, and I just love that entire first half in general. Their raid on, like, the Devils of Parody, their fucking raid on Marley... was amazing.
Oh, it's awesome.
Shit was fucking amazing.
Like, they come in, like... So it starts, and you can sort of see tensions rising when... fucking... What's his name? Willie Tybur.
Yeah, Tybur.
Is given his speech.
Remember the family who holds the Warhammer Titan.
Right. Completely new for the season, and completely underused. But it will come later. Oh, don't worry.
I'm sure of that.
And so... he's giving this speech, and it's like, they know about Eren, and then he does the Eren Yeager thing. And so
that whole declaration of war episode's dope.
Yeah,
I love you're right. The tension of the scene when they're in the basement, and Eren's like, I could fucking transform right now.
Yeah,
like just that he is in complete control in that thing, where he never usually felt like that back in the previous seasons.
Yeah, it's a complete reversal, and like you literally see Reiner being like, please, I'm begging you. Like, don't do this. And Eren's like, why should I? Or why shouldn't I?
Right.
Like, you did this to me. I thought that dynamic... Like, they completely flipped everything. And so intentionally... So intentionally
so. Where is that person?
There's some dude... Oh, no, he's dead now.
Oh.
They completely flipped everything. And, like, so intentionally so. Because even with the poster... I don't know if you've seen the comparison between the first season poster and the final season. In the first season, it's Eren
looking
at the wall with the Colossal Titan.
Right.
Whereas final season, it's it's Rhina looking up at Eren, destroying the shit out of everything.
That's really good.
And it's like, oh, I see now.
So, but it's also not as simple as, oh, Parody bad,
Parody
Marley
bad,
good.
Marley,
they both have their fucking issues.
Like, they're both pretty fucked.
And that's why this show is an amazing fucking portrayal of the cycles of violence and war. And it's like, there's no one, with a few exceptions, there's no one, like, completely morally bankrupt side.
Right.
It's a lot of politics and a lot of pain and trauma that people suffer.
Like, it's a political anime sometimes.
Oh, it absolutely.
You don't expect it to be.
It is a fully political anime. I fully agree with that. So yeah, again, the whole raid was crazy. Well, the assault on Marley was amazing. We just see them wreak again. Yeah, you're right with the parallels with the poster and everything. Like, absolute havoc.
Yeah, it's like complete opposite.
Armin transforms into fucking Colossal Titan and basically commits Hiroshima.
He doesn't do anything, and he doesn't move. He just transforms and he fucking nukes them.
Yeah, which is like, how could he have done that? Like, I don't. He still has some moral high ground, or like claims to have some moral high ground by the end of the season. Like, I think Eren, don't do this, but it's like, you fucking killed all of those people.
Talking about how Eren like manipulated him into doing it, sort of. Okay. Like, it was his plan, and he was the one who came up with it, and no one else liked it. Because, like, when they rescued him in the airship,
but Eren
was like, look what the fuck you did.
Eren is in complete control now, though.
He's
basically in control of everything.
He's the one controlling the government and the military.
Is like in most situations he is in control of the situation. Is it Peak?
Peak.
Yeah, Peak can come in and fuck with a fucking gun, but Eren always has that wound on his hand. Always is able to transform. He is always in control.
Which I love that. He walks into a room, just holds his hand up, like massive fucking cut.
Just without context, it looks so weird.
Yeah.
But no, that's what that was fucking phenomenal too.
Yeah. I mean, so
there were a lot of surprises on the assault on Marley. Like, I was not. They kind of flip it on you again whenever it's revealed that Zeke is actually at the time working with Parody.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting Levi to just one-shot him. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, like
that was
Zeke
crazy.
is like 0 for 3 against Levi or something.
Yeah. And just watching them fucking dominate was insane after the pain and suffering they went through in all the previous seasons. Like, Eren destroys the Warhammer Titan. He destroys Galliard, the Jaw Titan, with barely any effort. And and they're all extremely competent. Again, Parody is in control at this point. And there's a fucking cool ass shot where they're all zipping around with their Odia in front of the lights, and they're like, "The devil's a Parody. Devil's here."
Yeah, and I remember there's a brutal fight with Eren and Porco.
Yep,
that's his name.
Yeah.
No, not Porco. Poco. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Coco fucking
Galliard.
Call
him by his real name.
Yeah.
Eren and Galliard. Where he actually uses Galliard's teeth to try and break open. And who is it? Annie?
Galliard's like, "What are you doing?"
Is it? No, it's the Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Whoever the fuck that girl is.
The maid, kind of
maid or whatever.
Yeah, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, just some random person.
You'd expect to be one of the members of the family, but it's the maid.
And he uses fucking teeth to break the thing open, and then he fucking drinks her.
Drinks that fucking blood.
Yeah.
And it's just such a brutal sign of how far he's come. He is fucking a savage at this point. He does not care.
Yeah, he's fucking unhinged.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, so, and of course while you're there, there's a death in the family.
Yep.
If you will, in the form of Sasha gets fucked. And that's used later on, you expect it to be oh, she died, she's a casualty of war, or whatever. Yeah. Obviously it stays with them, but then later on they call back to that a few times, actually, with one, there's a flashback where they're on the fucking train.
Yeah.
And Eren's
I love that entire scene, just them slowly riding on this baby train.
And Eren's like, "You guys are family to me." But then also, when Eren hears the news about Sasha dying, he starts crying and also laughing, the same way that he did when, what's his name?
Hannes got...
When Hannes got fucked. And then, you know, I think it's Mikasa, Armin, John, and Connie are having a conversation, and Connie's like, "What do you think Eren did when he found out?" Like, he fucking laughed.
Yeah.
Like, that's which,
that's
you know,
fucked.
obviously coming from us,
this. Yeah.
like, he wasn't really laughing.
Right, yeah.
And I actually saw an interesting thing. I don't know if this is true, but it was talking about how the reason why he laughed was because he saw the future or something when he kissed Historia's hand. And that's why
like
he was going fucking crazy.
He's like, everything's coming to fruition. So, honestly, I think, again, it's like a... that's actually really good.
I think time travel's really involved somehow.
I think that whole vision thing is really good because Eren looks like he's in control. I was talking about that earlier. Eren's in control of every situation with his balloon. But he's...
Maybe it's because he knows.
He still has no control. Because there is a future that he has to follow.
And he can't control it.
Which is, like, again, you can't control the cycle of violence. You can't control politics like that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
No, it's great. And then...
What was I going to say? Fuck.
I mean, after...
Then it's like a more chill...
There's a lot of flashbacks and you sort of find out, like, the motives post season 3 part 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, after they figured out that there's a world out there, you sort of find out their motives and what the deal is with the government and the scouts or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you get into, I guess it's like about half of this season, maybe a little bit less, the Jaegerists.
Yeah.
Which is pretty, that's how the show ends, I guess. It's sort of like, you know, so pretty much the deal is, Eren, I guess in a way he is like he's an extremist.
Yeah. No, he is at this point, for sure.
Not like an anarchist per se, but he wants to be in complete control, essentially. And you're gonna fuck. Mortar just fucking took you out, Jesus.
Don't worry.
And when
Shadows die twice.
Shadows do die twice. When, you know, he doesn't have complete control, then he sort of so what, they put him in jail. Oh, they put him in jail after they get back from the thing. And they're like, tell us everything you learned, because you won't. Yeah, when he has the whole Tatakai and about to fucking rape Hanji or whatever. And so, you know, he has that, basically the Jaegerists don't like the fact that he's been imprisoned, and they want him to have complete control. Which is funny because other Emiya, aka Flock, Floch.
Fuck that fucking bitch.
I kind of like Flock now.
No! What's wrong with you? Are you a Jaegerist? Are you a Jaeger sympathizer?
Dude, he's voiced by fucking Giorno.
Okay, fair enough.
He's like sort of the leader of the Jaegerists.
Yeah.
Other than, of course, Eren himself. But provisional leader, one could say, I suppose. But I don't. It's very interesting how it's like they want the same thing, but their methods are vastly different.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Between Parody and the Jaegerists, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's like the Jaegerists will sort of go to any measure.
Yeah, and meanwhile Parody's like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Do we want to turn into?"
We want to wait. Let's wait. Let's wait for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say of after
the second half.
Yeah, the second sort of half. I think it was decent.
I like the whole Gabby complete opposite. Gabby confronts her racism arc. I think that whole thing.
Even though she's still racist,
she's still racist,
but she's less racist.
She's getting there. And like just the brutal shit that they go through. Like this fucking guy who had a relationship with Sasha is like, "Fuck y'all, I'm gonna cut you guys up."
Yeah.
And I thought the setup where she's like out in the woods and just so happened to stumble across Sasha's family was really good.
Yeah.
But I also I need to.
There are always a lot of coincidences in this show, but
it's like, but I feel like
shit.
It's still, but we're also in parody. Like how many people?
Right.
Can you? That's probably a higher probability than usual. But we have to address something here about the final season of Attack on Titan and its reception. The fuck Gabby movement.
Absolutely. I'd fuck Gabby.
No!
I'm kidding! I kid! It's a joke! Purely human.
Absolutely not!
Purely comedic fiction.
I was gonna say, So we have to address fuck Gabby because that was one of the biggest controversies. But honestly, I think this whole movement is just kind of proving the show's point a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Gabby has gone through so much shit. She lost her friends. She's been propagandized from fucking birth. And we're just like, nah, fuck her. Sasha was the best, even though I would wager most fans didn't think Sasha was amazing.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think she was an amazing character. But I also just think that like it's rich because Gabby is essentially a Eren parallel. So it's like, okay, you're criticizing Eren basically. What about all those civilians that Sasha just capped 5 minutes ago? Are we not going to fucking care about them?
Isayama, that's how you pronounce it, right? Isayama?
Yeah.
Isayama came out and he was like, yeah, Gabby is based off the original character design
very
for Eren.
Clear. Yeah.
It's like she actually, honest to God, like looks a lot like Eren. Just gender swapped and younger.
And MAPPA with studio a little different.
Right. But I mean, she's like literally the same as Eren in a lot of ways, just on the other side.
Maybe a little more of a psychopath than Eren was at that age.
Probably.
But also, Eren wasn't really given the tools that she has at that age.
Right.
She joined the Marley raises their fucking military.
They have knowledge.
Yeah, but they also raise their military young.
Right.
So yeah, I just had to address the fuck Gabby gang because y'all are fucking y'all hypocrites.
I mean,
unless you hate Eren too, then that's cool. Or understand that Eren and Gabby.
Whose side are you on? What side are you on? You with Parody? You with Marley? You with the Jaegerists? I'm a Parody man.
I'm Parody too. They just seem like the most reasonable group. They've stuck through it all. As Eren's gone on, his like Marleyan tendencies have started to show a little more. I feel like we're a little more fascist. Yeah, a little more fascist than like Parody, which is more like we'll just work together to overcome any threat.
Right.
But I don't know.
I mean, like, I think that the Jaegerists are the realists, sort of. They're the most realistic, I guess. And that it's like we have... Well, they're like, we have to act now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And whereas...
Well, they're one of the more realistic ones because Eren knows the fucking future.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like, they have to act now, whereas Marleyans are like, there's exclusively one way. Like, there's no other option whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think Parody is like the most moderate.
Probably, yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
One of the more moderate candidates.
Which is why we like them.
Yeah, true. Honestly, I'm going to be honest, not a lot of cool Levi shit in here.
Nah.
One good episode.
Didn't get enough play. He fucking dies at the end or something. I don't know.
I guess. Honestly, the whole second half is kind of what dropped it down to a 9.
Probably, yeah.
Me.
I mean, hey, it's a 9 for me. The rest of the show is a 10 for me.
Right.
Despite the fact... Well, except for the first season.
If this were a 10, I might have considered giving it... But, okay, actually, at the ending can, like, really pull it off.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 10.
I don't know.
I'll give it a 10.
For the ending's
I've
bad.
heard mixed things, but...
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm going in optimistic.
I mean, also, there's a lot of people who will be like, not exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
Points docked.
There are so many... Behind a long-running series like this, there are so many expectations.
It's the exact same thing as
Evangelion. People are going to get pissed off no matter what.
It's why 3.0 plus 1.0 had like a 6 on Mal for a while.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which I don't believe for a second that it's a 6, because...
having seen it at all, right?
Yeah. I've seen the entire movie HD, dubbed.
Okay, so before we end with Attack on Titan, there's one more thing I want to address with Attack on Titan. That was another big point of controversy in the animated community at large, was the switch from WIT Studio to MAPPA. What are your thoughts on this? Because I have like a whole... You have
a whole tangent.
I have a whole thing to talk about.
Okay. Obviously, the CGI is a little different.
Yeah.
Okay? We get that.
Okay.
We understand.
Okay, but be honest. Let's be honest. The CGI in WIT Studios was not good either.
No, absolutely.
And I think it was a lot more frequent than people remember.
The CGI in MAPPA was, without a doubt, better than WIT.
Yeah.
Now, were the Titans themselves better in WIT?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but that doesn't change the fact. Like, and you have to think about the fact the MAPPA animators were like working like overtime.
Working their ass
They were
off.
literally getting episodes finished like a couple days. Like I think the closest they ran was like 1 day before it was supposed to air or something.
Yeah.
And then of course they got hit by the fucking earthquake.
Yep.
All in the middle of it.
Yep. Exactly.
And it like shut down NHK or whatever.
Like that is like I like to talk about how the greatest thing you can give animators is not a high budget, but as much time as possible for them to create the best work that they can. And these motherfuckers were getting like barely any time, and they still pulled off a pretty well animated season.
Yeah, like there's no lapses in animation.
I agree.
Like I think it's solid all the way out, and just because it's, obviously the CGI isn't the greatest.
It's not amazing.
I mean, Attack on Titan isn't really known for good CGI. Right?
I don't know, but okay. But I also think that people are disappointed because none of the Titans, barely any of the Titan scenes were 2D, and so I think people kind of wanted to return to that. But I also think people have a weird hate boner for CG, and it's just like
I don't know why.
If done well,
CG is used in fucking everything nowadays.
Literally. So yeah, that's that whole thing. So I actually watched a video. About the history of Studio MAPPA, and I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
It's by I forgot what I'll link it below. I think it's like the Canapa effect or something like that.
Who was the guy who founded MAPPA? He was from another studio.
That's what I'm about to talk about. So I had this kind of all summarized in a little thing. So just think about the sheer amount of anime that MAPPA has produced over the past few years. You got Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Kakegurui, Zankyo no Terror, Dororo, Yuri on Ice, The God of High School, Banana Fish, Zombieland Saga, Dorohedoro, and Hajime no Ippo Rising.
Right.
That's a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And so I need to talk about the founder of MAPPA, who is named Masao Maruyama.
Yeah.
And a long time ago, way back in the day,
who's Madhouse?
Maruyama started a little studio called Madhouse.
Yes, that's who it is.
And so Caden texted me one day that Madhouse makes a shit ton of stuff, and they do.
It's
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane.
So apparently, Madhouse itself started as like a studio made for passion projects and like things that would only interest the heads of the studio. Like Maruyama. Like, if an idea interested him, he would just be like, okay, we're making this. Like, Redline was a Madhouse production. It did not get returned to the box office, but Maruyama did not fucking care.
Redline was made over like 9 years or something.
Yeah. Satoshi Kon, all of his movies did not do well at the box office. Maruyama didn't care. He gave him more movies.
He's
and so Madhouse also, though, had a lot... Madhouse was not only... So Madhouse was the start. Madhouse does not have a definite style, because it is a bunch of different creators compiled into one studio.
Right.
You had directors that got their career kickstart from this studio. You had Yuzuru Tachikawa from Mob Psycho, Hirashi Hawazaki from Steins Gate, Masaki Yuasa from Devilman Crybaby, Tetsuro Araki from Attack on Titan and Death Note,
I was about to say.
and Satoshi Kon. Big name directors working on this. So, but eventually, so this went on for a long time as like a passion project studio, but they were acquired by a parent company, and so they started making more anime for separate publishers, and for different corporations that needed like adaptations of like, let's make a fucking Avengers anime. Or make random shit. And so the working conditions got really bad. There's some stories out there of some of the conditions that Madhouse animators go through.
Yeah.
And so you get it. Maruyama was like, "Fuck this," and he left.
I'm out.
And so he started his second. And with the departure of Maruyama, you had a bunch of animators also split off into their own studios. That's how I see a lot of these directors working in other studios, like Yuzuru Tachikawa with Bones, or the Steins Gate director with whoever the fuck.
White Fox?
Yeah, White Fox, or Tetsuro Araki with Wit Studio.
Yeah.
So you saw a lot of people split off, and Madhouse, honestly, at this point, is not the same studio that it once was. It's just an anime machine, and it just pumps out shit.
Yeah.
And it's very impersonal, and it doesn't have the personal.
I mean, I love Madhouse, but
and you know what? So then Maruyama was like, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna start a new studio. We're starting MAPPA.
Yeah.
And MAPPA again was started off the basis of we're going to make passion projects. We don't care about profit. We're just going to make whatever interests me.
Right.
So this worked out in MAPPA's favor because this guy from this video game company, this Cygames producer, he saw a producer for Cygames, which is like a Japanese video game company. They saw an anime made by MAPPA in its early days that was like just a director kind of piece. Like it was very specifically that director's anime. And they're like, I really like this. Can you make an anime based off of this video game? And it wasn't based off of profit, but Maruyama took it and was like, okay, we're going to make this because it interests me.
Yeah.
And so in return, Cygames actually funded their projects in the future.
I think I heard about this. Yeah.
Right? You know, and there was a lot of innovation pushed in MAPPA too. You had Maruyama. There was one show called Gara the Animation, where Maruyama like told the director of that show like, the future of animation is 3D. So make this into 3D, and which is why you probably see more shows like Doro Hey Doro on MAPPA's general kind of fucking loadout. But over time, you started to see the same trends that you did with Madhouse. There was this one producer named Manabu Otsuka, and he was someone who preferred quantity over quality. He went for any anime. He promoted it as much as he could just so they could fucking make. He was a machine, and that is how he is actually the reason that shows their first 3 hits, Yuri on Ice, Banana Fish, and Zombieland Saga came to fruition, and over time, you got to see you saw a push in the amount of anime, or a huge increase in the amount of anime MAPPA was producing.
Yeah.
Again, I was telling Kaden earlier, there was a year where they made like 7.
Yeah, it was 2017.
7 anime.
In 2017, there was like an insane amount of shit that they put out.
So now, okay. So, and it wasn't director focused either. It wasn't focused on like, this is a really cool passion project that you want to make. It was ultimately what
you just have to make more.
You have to make this as quickly as possible, and that's how you saw the influence of outside corporations and publishing companies overseeing the working conditions of MAPPA, and that's why you see as much shit as you do today. Yeah. And like this drove away people, like directors from MAPPA. The director of Banana Fish went to Bones for Skate the Infinity.
Did he? I didn't know that the director of Banana Fish is. He did Skate the Infinity too.
It's a she.
She?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Women. But no, yeah. I honestly thought that Skate the Infinity was a MAPPA show because of the style, which I think that's a mistake people tend to make.
Yeah.
The show's style is not indicative of the studio, but rather the director, and like that's what you need to look out for. Individual animators and directors is what you need to look out for whenever you're trying to look for a certain style, because MAPPA does not have a distinct style. It has directors that have distinct styles.
Right.
So, over time... Oh, yeah, and another director of Zankyo no Terror went...
Yes.
Again to Bones, I think, for Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, Maruyama has now created another studio, M2.
I've never heard of him.
And it's probably, I don't know if it's gonna end up like this. I really hope it doesn't. They're producing an anime called Pluto, which is like a
yeah.
I think it's like by the guy who wrote Monster, actually. So I'm excited to see that. That's their only anime that they're working on right now. I'm not sure when it's gonna come out or when M2 is really gonna get started, but and there's a difference between MAPPA and some of the other studios that you may see as more consistent or higher quality, such as Ufotable or Trigger.
Right.
Ufotable or Trigger, if you notice, do not make that much anime. Like, Trigger will take, like,
it's like a few 2
to 3 year breaks for making anime, whereas MAPPA is fucking popping shit out.
Yeah, they've been putting shit out.
They basically bite off more than they can chew, honestly. And the producer Manabu Otsuka actually is now the president of MAPPA.
Mm.
And he says that they just need to keep making animation, high quality animation, as quickly as possible. He doesn't see it as an issue of time. He sees it as how fast can we make something, and how much of that can we quickly make and have it be as high quality as possible. When it's like there's sort of a ceiling for how high quality you can make something with the amount of time that you allot the animators. So with this growing need for animators, that is why you actually see with MAPPA shows, like people like 17-year-olds being hired.
Yeah.
Foreigners being hired. Fucking foreigners, get them out.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but foreigners like from different countries that have Twitter labels.
That's pretty rare, actually.
Being actually picked up on shows, and like I've seen a few Twitter accounts that are just like,
I wonder if that's
American people that are animating on MAPPA shows, and just like people from outside countries that are now animating on these anime.
I wonder if that's why MAPPA picked up the Keith Stanfield.
Yes.
What is that?
Okay, yes.
What's that called?
You're exactly right. The key of MAPPA's the key to their sort of quick production is
pick up whatever you can.
Constantly outsourcing.
Yeah, because they're always
directors,
making multiple shit at once too.
Outsourcing to multiple producers, outsourcing to different CGI departments, which is why some of the CGI scenes don't composite well with the animation in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, you notice some of the scenes, like the CG backgrounds are not as like electric as the 2D animation is.
Right. And
that's why you are seeing a huge outsourcing of all different sorts of creators, producers, music creators, actors, animators, everyone, to pump out anime as quickly as possible. MAPPA is more dangerous than Madhouse at this point as a studio like standard.
Yeah, because I don't know anything that Madhouse is making right now.
I actually don't either. I feel
anything
like
big at least
kind of fallen off. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look more into them, but Maruyama himself said there is simply too much anime. You've seen it. I think it's easy to see that there is an increase in anime viewership.
Oh,
people want more anime, and
because anime is like mainstream now. Yeah, it's popular.
And more and more anime is being created. But Maruyama says there's too much anime being produced.
There's too much at once, absolutely.
Not enough animators to dedicate their craft to working on something actually worthwhile. So we can, we can have these things quickly pumped out and satisfy people as quickly as possible, but are we going to get the same caliber of classics like Satoshi Kon films?
Right.
Or, say, like Redline. Like, I think looking back, it's, like, more popular than it used to be. Like, it's kind of a cult classic at this point. So, again, it's the question of quantity or quality, and you got to fucking choose between the two.
And you can for sure tell the difference between a quantity studio and a quality studio.
Absolutely.
Like, I definitively decided recently my favorite studio is Ufotable.
Ufotable, yeah.
The second favorite was Trigger.
Yeah.
And you don't see much from them.
Exactly.
They never make more than one show at once.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Trigger or Ufotable are working on anything right now. Mugen Train just came out and it's going fucking crazy.
I don't know if they're working on season 2. I know Trigger's coming out with a SSS show, whatever the fuck that is. But their last show was... Huh. I don't even fucking remember.
Their last show...
was BNA. I don't remember when that came out, but...
That was 2019.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's...
Whereas MAPPA is constantly putting...
MAPPA had
at least 2 shows out at once.
MAPPA put out 2 of the biggest shows of this last season and probably of the last year. They were massive, and it's they're biting off much more than they can fucking chew. Because that's the thing about it is Trigger and Ufotable, you have consistency because of not only the time that they're allotted, but because of there's a general vision behind each of them that isn't we need to get this out as quickly as possible. Trigger,
they have a standard.
Yeah, they have a standard, and Ufotable. The reason their CGI and effects look so good is because they don't outsource their shit. They have a dedicated effects department in their actual studio, and that's why their effects are unmatched.
Ufotable is insane.
I think if we're talking, I guess I'll talk about Ufotable later.
Yeah.
But no, that
I mean, we can.
MAPPA, it's a problem. And I don't think enough people are seeing it, and a lot of people are just going like, man, MAPPA the GOAT, this is fucking great, and they keep on watching these anime. It's like, you can't really do anything else, I guess, but like, this studio needs to go down.
Animators being overworked is something that's definitely come to fruition recently.
Yes.
Not come to fruition, but it's come to... It's been shed more... Yeah, it's been shed more light on.
Yeah.
You know, you'll hear a lot of, like, literal horror stories about... And it's especially MAPPA.
Yeah.
Like, it's MAPPA. You'll hear some about, like, the super big ones, like Bones or Madhouse.
Yeah.
But, like, it's especially MAPPA.
Yeah.
Because, and it's a lot of... Because of what happened with Attack on Titan. Like, I don't really care much concern over Jujutsu. Right?
No, Jujutsu is handled.
Yeah. Like, Jujutsu's awesome. Like, it looks great, and I think Attack on Titan is too, but there'll be people who are extremely nitpicky. And, like, you see... Like, if you go onto the animators' Twitter pages, they're like, please stop talking to us about this.
Okay.
Like, they want to kill themselves over this.
Okay.
Like, actually.
And that is my fucking problem with the anime community. Stop harassing animators who are being hired from the studios that are perpetuating the problems. These people are looking for work. They're looking to get their creative vision out there. They are trying to put themselves out there, and all you fucks are doing is criticizing these fucking people when the studio is the larger part of, like, the larger reason that this symptom exists. That's why you're seeing, you know, animation not on par with Wit Studio with the latest season of Attack on Titan. But why are you blaming the fucking animators for it?
Yeah,
that is the biggest fucking crock of shit ever.
And I mean, I think MAPPA, like, as a studio is fine. Like, they put out some cool stuff. Like, they obviously, like, they put out some consecutive bangers out.
Yeah.
But, and I don't think MAPPA should be completely abolished or forgotten about or anything. Like some of the like fucking ARMS or apps or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of the past bigger studios.
Yeah.
But I think that they, especially after all the backlash from what happened with final season of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I think that they should take that into mind and definitely slow it down.
Slow it down because
like,
put
more focus on individual shows as opposed to...
Wit Studio gave up that show, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, they voluntarily gave it up.
MAPPA was the only studio to step up to that challenge because the amount of time that it takes to produce something like that is a lot longer than they were allotted. And that, again, that's fucking Otsuka. And just the MAPPA culture in general of, yeah, we'll take on the biggest fucking projects ever, whatever, let's just get it out as quickly as possible so that anime fans are satisfied. And that's another thing. These people are fucking doing this so you guys are satisfied. And you're just fucking bitching at the animators.
Fucking community.
The fucking community is bitching at the animators who are working their ass off. And
it's sad. It's honestly sad.
The industry, it has to change. It has to change, or we're going to see Maruyama either die or make another fucking M studio after M2 once M2 picks up fucking Jujutsu Kaisen the final season.
Oh, it is an M They're all M studios, aren't they? Yeah, that's a good point.
Maruyama. But like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see M2 become another studio where it's like, yeah, we'll fucking tackle fucking Jujutsu Kaisen the final season, and why not Chainsaw Man season 4? Like,
it's rough.
Yeah,
like it's a
rough.
Bad studio. Like people are always talking about how much they want to be animators or whatever. Of course,
conditions that they're in. Yeah.
Of course, being an animator would be cool, and I guess it depends on what studio you work at.
It's not as glamorous as you think.
But you're getting fucked.
You're getting fucked as an animator and in the game.
As an animator and in Sekido.
Yeah.
But like it's rough. Like it's a really bad thing, and I think part of the blame on that falls on the fans because they expect whatever they want. They expect their expectations to be fulfilled in such a short amount of time. Like, and people are like complaining. Like, oh, a year until Attack on Titan.
Oh man! Fuck you guys! It takes that long to animate. It takes longer to animate that shit and have it look good.
And I saw people also complaining, like, because they think there's like a misconception that it'll be 2 years.
Yeah.
Like winter, as in like December of 2021.
No, yeah.
Like, even if it was that long, you should want them to take their time. This is literally the ending of, like, dare I say, the biggest anime of the 2010s?
Of the 2010, and you want them to fucking butcher it just so you can fucking watch it sooner?
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
And it's...
Fuck you, and fuck you.
Fuck you, and
fuck you,
lead me to my lotion, or whatever the fuck the guy says. It's...
yeah.
Rant over.
Rant over. Attack on Titan. Over.
Attack on Titan at the end of the day.
Until the next season comes out, I hope.
Can we get a hashtag boycott MAPPA?
Low key.
Can we boycott MAPPA?
Please.
Can we get a MAPPA tariff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we get the MAPPA tariff that'll go to the animators?
Boycott fucking MAPPA so that phenomenal directors like Sung-Hoo Park of God of High School and Jujutsu Kaisen can go on to do greater things with even more time, and it'll be even better.
I didn't know that the mangaka for Jujutsu is Korean.
I didn't know that either. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
I mean, obviously, it's awesome.
Look, and I'm not saying don't outsource your shit. Like, I love all this shit coming from different parts of the world. That's cool as fuck. But don't outsource these people as your last resort when you don't have any Japanese animators left.
Yeah, they have to. They're so desperate that they're pulling from other countries.
Exactly. That's
it's rough. I don't know. Hey, we're just two kids.
Yeah.
We're just two boys. What can we do?
But I'm really passionate about fucking animation because I want it to look good.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, stop fucking complaining.
So that A, I can love it, and it's amazing, and I replay it 5 million times, but also so this fucking bitch-ass anime community can shut the fuck up. So I never have to hear about this animator is fucking bad, they should kill themselves. Like, no.
It's rough.
It's rough.
It's a bad community.
Yes!
I mean,
bad culture, bad community. We need to fucking reform this piece of shit.
This is one of the best reasons for why people look down on watching anime. Not because of the fact that it's like other country, but because of the community, and they're also...
They're ungrateful as shit.
Yeah, they're also very peculiar.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, so
don't complain.
That's Attack on Titan.
That's Attack on Titan.
Okay, wait. I want to clarify. You can. I think you can complain about the quality of animation.
Yeah, but not so much that you make the animators want to kill themselves.
Don't blame it on the fucking animators.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's the same thing as, I guess the same metaphor. That's the best metaphor I could use is like going to a restaurant and complaining about the fucking menu to like the people working there.
Right.
Like, you took this off the menu, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's the corporation's fault at the end of the day. Like, it's the big companies, it's the executives.
Take it up with fucking Jeff Bezos.
And the same shit happens with like American stuff. Like, you know, all the Marvel movies, like, there's fan servicey shit that the directors or whatever want to put in there, but they're not allowed to because the executives that, you know, fucking
studio meddling,
Disney, like
meddling.
it's not only isn't an issue in anime, but it's an issue in extremely mainstream media like here, and you know, Marvel and fucking Star Wars movies and shit. I think Disney's the best example for that, but also more recently Warner Brothers with the Snyderverse.
Yeah,
like of course, like Snyder wants to do it, like that's his child.
Yeah,
but like he's getting fucked by studio executives the same way that animators are getting fucked by you know, the studio creators, the executiors there. Yeah. So at the end of the day, don't
bully fucking animators.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
God fucking damn it! Every time I have to say this shit.
Well,
what
do we? What?
Attack on Titan. So
Attack on Titan, good show.
So next we got
what?
Fate Stay Night.
Holy
Heaven's
shit!
Feel.
Oh my god!
Movie 3.
Yeah,
Spring Song.
We'll talk some Ufotable.
Spring Song. Yeah. I want to talk about Ufotable as well.
I want to talk about a good studio. Well, not that MAPPA's bad, but
just a more manageable
more developed
studio, more developed, just better studio. I'll agree.
Optimal studio.
After learning all that shit about MAPPA, it's like fuck
it's
this,
rough,
dude. Fuck this.
So, the end
of the Fate arc. Until further notice.
Yeah, I mean, the only two things that I know that Ufotable has yet to animate that at least people are asking for is what? So the Fate route, the original route for Stay Night.
Yeah.
And then Hollow Ataraxia.
Yeah.
Which is a sequel visual novel, for those of you who don't know, to Fate Stay Night. Takes place like a year later.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much the ending of Stay Night. Like, honestly, I don't...
As a series, pretty much.
I don't think the chances of the Fate route getting animated are super high. And it sounds like Ufotable's kind of done with the Naziverse for a while. And especially Fate stuff. Because,
especially with Demon Slayer, Jesus.
Yeah, like Demon Slayer, they're sort of... I think that's
the kind of their cash cow right now.
Yeah, they're sort of wanting to transition to new things, which is completely fine by me.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, so I mean, this is the ending of Fate.
Yeah.
I love Fate.
This is we've gone over.
Yeah, like
This is the end of the arc, man.
The Fate
finally.
Like the Fate universe is almost like, dare I say, I like it almost as much as like the Evangelion universe.
Yeah.
I love Fate.
I think again the concepts in Fate are very interesting. I like how in depth the magic system is. I like the Holy Grail War. I like all of that shit.
It's very.
I don't know. Sometimes I just get tired looking at the fucking clusterfuck of an image that the Fate universe is. But, you know, other times, I like it.
Yeah.
Like I like this movie.
It's... Okay. So... Alright. Little tangent here. Little tangent.
Let's get it.
The second tangent of the episode.
Love it.
So... People hyped the fuck out of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, more, I think... Well, I was about to say more than any other movie.
Yeah.
More than most other movies, if it's not Mugen
Come see Mugen Train.
Yeah.
Please.
Futable will fucking... Or, not Ufotable. Funimation will not shut the fuck up about Mugen Train.
I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it.
Yeah, you get Twitter notifications so fucking much.
I do it for the One Piece dub, but, like, I am so fucking done with the... Oh my gosh, I just saw Mugen Train and I fucking masturbated afterwards. Shut the fuck up. Oh, that's fine. You love me. That's fine. That's cool.
So... what was it? Springs? Yeah, Spring Song.
Oh, fuck me.
Spring Song got hyped the fuck up. People were saying this is the optimal ending for Fate. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a little bit overrated. Saying it's overrated does not mean it's bad.
I think...
Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the greatest ending of all time. Especially, I've heard that the visual novel endings a lot more developed, considering that this is literally 3 just feature-length movies. But regardless, nitpicking out of the way, I should say that for the ending. So, Stay Night is, or rather, Spring Song.
Yeah.
It's interesting because most of it. So I rewatched this. We watched this at the beginning of the month, like when it first came out on certain website that will not be named. We watched this, I think, like literally the day it came out. The day it was released on Blu-ray in Japan.
Somewhere, yeah.
Either if not the day, then the day after.
Days after, yeah.
And I rewatched this a few days ago, and upon rewatch, I think I liked it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But so I'd say like half of the movie is the final battle. It starts out
pretty much. Now that I'm thinking about like the structure of the movie and like everything that goes on, that's very true.
It starts out essentially immediately after. No, literally immediately after.
Yes.
Like same like hour.
Yeah.
Essentially, it starts out with Shiro walking into Sakura's house after Shinji got fucked, not in the way that he thought he would be. And yeah, so I mean, it's you get into it, and then, well, I think Shiro goes home to discover, what do we call her? Dark Sakura?
Yeah.
Shadow Sakura? Whatever the fuck her name is.
Okay, wait. Before we proceed any further, I want to talk about my expectations.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, this is like one of the top entries of anime period on Mal.
It's like top 5 movies, I think.
Yeah. Which is the pure definition of hype.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't love this route necessarily. I thought it was pretty cool and unique. But I wouldn't say I was like overly hyped for this movie. But I mean, yeah, whatever. And then you gave your general thoughts on this movie. I think this movie is good. I think the second one is still probably the best in the trilogy, but I think this one's still pretty solid. But yeah, we're gonna get into the plan.
Pretty much quick summary. I don't want to go through this all.
Yeah. I'll just talk about the parts we like.
Yeah, let's just summarize.
Yeah.
Kotomine,
badass.
I don't want to say he carries the movie. I don't think he carries the movie.
He low-key does.
In my opinion, he doesn't carry the movie.
He low-key.
He low-key does.
He low-key.
He on the low.
This entire time it's been a fucking build-up towards like him finally acting in this fucking story, and I love it.
You haven't seen Fate Route, buddy.
Yeah, whatever.
He doesn't really do anything in Fate Route either.
Yeah.
So Kotomine, I think he's cool. He hasn't done a whole lot so far. He has some cool conversation. Him and Shiro are driving places. I love the shit where he essentially exercises.
Oh, dude, that was so hard.
Grandpa.
That was so hard.
And he just gives him a speech.
He exercised that old fuck.
Essentially, he just gives him a speech about how he's sitting into fucking hell.
Yeah, and he's like, bro, and he's like, I am fucking God. This is your punishment.
He's like, I am your God. I will
sick.
Judge you now.
I will say this is the route, after watching Zero, this is the route for Kotomine fans.
Absolutely.
And I think in Zero, he's set up to be like, there's more of Kotomine to come. And in the other routes, he's like, who fucking cares about Kotomine? But in this route, he's basically like the main antagonist almost.
He's the main antagonist behind the shadows.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that exorcism scene was super cool. I like the scene. I really like the scene where fucking Emiya is fighting Berserker, and there's that cool ass scene with the dope ass music, and through the dust you see Archer, and the awesome music is playing, and it's like, yeah,
visual novel moment, as I like to refer to them as.
Sure.
But no. So yeah, I mean, Emiya gets Archer's arm, goes fucking ballistic with it.
Yeah.
He destroy. What does he use? Like, 9 lives blade works.
Yeah.
And basically just kills Berserker 9 because Berserker has 9 lives left. He kills Berserker 9 times at once, essentially. Which is cool. And you know, Ilya is there.
This is her best route, I think.
Probably, yeah. She doesn't ever do shit before this. I think that they gave her. She didn't have a lot of character in the past.
Yeah.
But now it's like she's actually emotionally attached to Shiro.
Yeah.
Because
I appreciate.
And they definitely expand on the fact that like they are literally blood related.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Shiro's like, no, we're not.
No.
Yeah, I mean, so, Reen doesn't do anything in this movie.
No.
She
does. She's part of the climax, but like, who fucking cares?
It's like, I don't care.
It's like I don't care.
Coming from the
Reen simp.
Coming from the Reen fanboy himself, you're getting fucked by this dude. Coming from the Reen fanboy himself, you know, cool, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. No! God damn it.
Ryder?
No!
A Ryder gets more play, but at the same
like she has throughout this entire route.
I think it is really weird.
She's a bad bitch.
She is absolutely
my God.
Bad bitch.
Top tier.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Despite we're just permanently peaking.
I love it.
I do think it's a little bit interesting how she like is just suddenly fucking crazy with her powers.
That's awesome. It's like, where was this shit in the other routes?
Yeah.
You had this within you?
Yeah, it's like she might actually be the most powerful.
She goes Gojo because her fucking blindfold.
Yeah, legit. Takes off her blindfold and just does whatever the fuck she wants to. Which actually, now that I think about it, I find interesting because at the end of it, when it's all said and done, she just walks up and she's not wearing the blindfold anymore.
Yeah.
How is no one dead? Whatever. What are you going to do?
No, but so I mean, the first half of the movie, it's like all the Kotomine shit, and then like I don't really remember what happens. It's like build up to the climax.
Yeah, so after that is... It's like a calm down area. Yeah. Kotomina gets his fucking heart crushed and still lives all day long. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this like essentially takes place over the course of like a day.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize until...
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's
like,
that's maybe why it feels so like short.
Yeah, maybe. And then that night, Rena's like, "Hey, I need you guys to go and get this sword, I guess."
Oh yeah.
And so they go
we get the lore,
and you get the lore
the Snyder
of how,
cut backstory.
Right, you get the lore of how
which it's like
the Holy Grail War started.
All the families are coming together. They fucking crush this
Iris Veal version original, I guess.
And it's like,
whatever.
Yeah, fine.
That's cool.
Whatever. I don't really give a fuck.
And then they finally reveal the meaning of what Heaven's Feel is, which is it's the ultimate Einsburn technique.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much, God, this is like Jujutsu. It's like it's the materialization of the soul.
Yeah.
Essentially, which get back to that later. And so they had this big fight at the end. Super fucking cool fight between.
Oh yeah.
Ryder and Enya versus Saber Alter.
I was going and expecting some great fights.
Yeah, I mean,
this series has consistently the best fights in Fate.
I think Fate has the best fights of any show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I mean,
I disagree, but
they
are very high quality.
You watch more shonen than I do, so there's a lot more fights in that.
Yeah, but still, this is it's up there.
Like it's such high quality.
Again, it's personal preference for me. I prefer like Jujutsu action a little
more.
Yeah. But it's whatever.
Yeah, because sometimes Fate is.
I'll give my reasons for that.
Sometimes Fate is just nonsense. The anti-universe noble phantasms.
I want to talk about this real quick. I want to talk about the animation in the Ryder versus Saber, and just in the movie in general. I think my problem with Ufotable is like it emphasizes effects. Like effects low key carry the animation.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like super well choreographed.
Yeah,
or anything. It's not bad, but
it's like Saber and Ryder flying around, and like Saber slashes her sword, and she has a cool ass sword, but a sword that's made of effects. So
right.
And I saw a cut in the. I watched another video by that animation channel. They did one on Ufotable, and there's like a cut where Berserker is fighting Saber, and it looked really good. There was no effects on it whatsoever. It was just raw key animation.
Yeah.
And then they actually added the effects, and I honestly did not like it as much. I think the effects are definitely a strong suit of Ufotable.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I think that final fight was so fucking amazing. It was just the flashing lights and everything were fucking awesome.
It was literally just Kotomine and Emiya beating the shit out of
that too. Which, okay, I'm gonna be honest, climax is kind of underwhelming. It sounds fucking awesome as fuck. Like Kotomine and Emiya are gonna fucking duke it out in a fucking fist fight, but it was just kind of.
I thought it was cool. It's not necessarily the right way to end Fate.
Yeah,
that's the thing. If this wasn't the definitive ending to Fate, it would have been a lot cooler. But you go in with the expectation of it being this grand finale.
This is the last adaptation, you know.
Well, not necessarily the last adaptation, but also it's the end of Stay Night, right?
Yeah.
Like,
is this the last run that you're able to go through? Is that the last like line?
This is the last route.
Oh,
the final route.
So you play it like chronologically? Is that what you do?
Yes. So yeah, in the game you have to play it Fate route first. Okay. Unlimited Blade Works, Heaven's Feel.
Oops.
So this is the ending. Get fucked.
No, I was talking about oops with the not watching the Fate route.
Oh. What are you going to do?
For real. For real.
But
fuck me.
Yeah, so I mean, if this wasn't like known to be the definitive ending of Stay Night, I wouldn't have liked it better per se, but I think it would have been definitely a lot more meaningful.
Okay. So we've talked everything else to death. You were talking about how you had some gripes with the ending. What's your problem with the ending?
It's very rushed. It's
absolutely agree.
It's very rushed.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like main fight's over, Shiro's dead, not really. Katanoki Yokai Girl comes in and like saves his soul or whatever because Ilya turned it into fucking material.
Yep.
And then it's such a weird actual like end because it's like
implied wedding.
Yeah, like they're just walking into like a cherry blossom for like a Sakura. The guy get it? It's like Sakura, but it's like the tree and the shit. Which I can't fucking tell you how many times they use that shit in anime.
Yeah.
If any girl named Sakura, you already know.
Sakura's hair from Naruto's.
Yeah, exactly. It's pink.
It's whatever.
But like. It's very strange because there's no dialogue and they just like take a step, done, Eimer.
Yep, that's it. Roll credits.
Yeah, like no post-credit scene, which I guess it's to be expected that there's no post-credit scene. I don't know. Like again, if this wasn't the definitive ending of Stay Night, it probably would have been more meaningful.
Hey, I got a bone to pick with the I got a bone to pick with the ending.
What's that?
Fuck this movie for including something that you have to watch a separate movie series to understand.
Okay, you don't
Fuck
have to.
that.
You don't have to watch a separate movie series.
Yes, you do, because how do you know what the fuck is going on? Why is Emiya back? Who the fuck is this bitch? Why is there a doll inside?
You don't have to watch a separate movie series. You had to play the visual novel.
Fuck that. Fuck that harder.
Yeah. I mean, that's like had I not read the wiki for it, I would not have known what the deal is. Where they're going into the shop. Like, Rin and Sakura, they go into the shop, and they find just some bright glowing thing, and then they're like, yep, Shiro's back. Like, I would not have known that was his soul. They explained Heaven's Feel earlier. That's not how that works. They explained Heaven's Feel earlier.
You could have her just eat off the cliff.
Yeah. Where Elia is like, Heaven's Feel is the materialization of the soul. But,
fuck.
I wouldn't have known that they're looking at his soul.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And that this girl from Kata no Kyokai is, like, putting his soul into a new body or something. And I don't even think they explicitly say that in the visual novel either. Like, I'm not gonna play through 100 hours just to figure it out.
To understand a fucking integral plot point to the ending, it's like, why is he back? Because otherwise it just seems like contrived bullshit.
Right. And I mean, I don't know. Like, again, it's fine.
No, it's not fine.
Okay,
storytellers need
to... The people need to know!
Storytellers need to be punished for doing this, actually. They need to be ruthlessly...
Kicked out of Ufotable.
Sent
to MAPPA. Send him to MAPPA. Send him to MAPPA.
Send him to MAPPA.
Like, pushes a button, like, sends him through a tunnel to MAPPA.
Fuck.
Falls through a tunnel to the other side of the world.
Fuck that shit. Okay, although, you know what? You could also interpret it as, like, you need to know what you're signing up for when you get into Fate. I mean, realistically, I should just be able to watch Fate Zero and the Fate Stay Night anime series and understand what the fuck is going on in this.
It's Fate.
I shouldn't have to know about this whole cinematic universe that I wasn't even aware of.
It's Fate, so there's so much fucking lore.
It's ridiculous.
And it's... But...
it has cool things, but, like, it's gone way beyond the scope where it's like, this is reasonable.
We're getting off topic.
We're talking about Fate. And this is about Fate.
Yeah. So, in regards to, like, the actual end, the way that they wrap it up...
Yeah, fuck it.
It's fine. It's not what I wanted.
The ending, like, solidified it as, like, Unlimited Blade Works is way better.
I think Unlimited Blade Works is better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Unlimited Blade Works as a story is
way
better.
more satisfying, just...
not even as an anime adaptation, but...
Just a story, yeah, a raw story.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, I mean, I don't think it was bad. It just could have been done better.
I never felt that rush
and it was...
Heaven's Feel, or at least the ending, I mean, that I did with Shiro versus fucking Gilgamesh.
Yeah, like, Shiro versus Gilgamesh is crazy.
One of the most hyped fights in the series.
And I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that it was very hyped up sort of got me a little bit, but I'm not mad about it.
No, I
might be a little bit upset.
I think I gave it like an 8.
I gave it a 9.
I think it's solid.
I gave it a 9, which is your 8, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, your 8 is my 9.
You gave it an 8.
And it's fine.
It's whatever.
I guess it did its job of.
I was a little disappointed, but it wasn't anything fucking.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, It's fucking ufotable. You got a crazy fucking fight.
I got what I came for, which was a crazy ufotable effects fucking fireworks show.
Yeah.
With some vague story in between and some cool ass shit. So yeah,
it's fine.
I like it.
It's fine.
It's
I still like the second movie better.
Yeah.
First movie is exposition, which I guess first movie is exposition, last movie is pure action.
Yeah.
But
that's true actually.
And then middle movie is both.
Middle movie is both, which is why it's so good.
But it was fine. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. That's it. That's the thing that I like. I have to walk away with is that I enjoyed it at the end of the day, and I think that's.
Hey, you enjoy
most
all
things
that matters. That aren't Tron.
Right. If I can sit through it as long as it's not the original Tron.
Please
say it with me. Not Tron.
Or not Tron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Okay.
Anything?
We have more topics.
Oh my god. Longest episode in existence.
Stone Ocean. Dope.
Stone Ocean confirmed. Next.
Why did people act like this was not gonna fucking happen?
Yeah, of course it was gonna happen.
Like why?
Like it. JoJo is massive.
It's literally it's grown so much. Like why the fuck would they just be like, we're not gonna do it? And David Production especially, like they're dedicated to this shit.
Yeah, I mean, they
hey guys,
JoJo. And
you want to hear a fun fact? You want to know why it took a little while? Which honestly did not take that long. JoJo fans are babies.
It literally didn't.
You want to know why it took as long as it did to get it announced? Because they're working on it. They're putting time into it. They're making it look good, which JoJo is
because David Production doesn't make anything else.
Yeah, and JoJo other than Fire Force.
Bones makes Fire Force.
No, JoJo is very consistent. In its animation, which I appreciate.
Not animation style, but
no.
Good animation. The fact that the animation is good.
Yeah, good animation. I agree. So
yeah,
Stone Ocean. I'm ready. I don't know anything about this part other than there's female, so that's bad. But you know, I'm excited.
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit to look forward to. Oh fuck, this fucking cop.
Good picture.
This fucking cop. So, yeah, you got that. We need to talk about something else real quick. You are dead.
You are dead.
You are fucking
definitive.
dead.
Julius is playing Resident Evil 2 right now. Just definitive you are dead screen.
It's the only other game that I really have on here.
I got you.
That isn't fucking Eyes of Heaven piece of shit fucking game if we're talking about JoJo. I paid $60 for that fucking shit. There's no split screen.
Anyways, this is the rant episode. This is the rant episode.
It needs to be. This is 20.
Yeah.
But there's no split screen. How are you going to make a fighting game like that with no split screen? It'd be so cool to have cool abilities and shit. It's awesome. I think it's time for us to bring back a long-forgotten series. Our Fast Talks.
Holy shit.
We did it, boys. We watched them.
So, okay, well.
We watched a couple of them.
So, I think the last time we did a commentary was like January.
Yep. Long time ago.
So, honestly, it kind of takes a lot to record the commentaries and edit them.
Yeah. We could, the only way we could reasonably do a commentary is with the fucking setup that we have right now, which took about 30 minutes to do.
30, 45 minutes to set this up.
Oh, fuck this.
Yeah, so we watched Fast. We watched
Fast and Furious.
The Fast and Furious from 2009.
Yeah.
And Fast 5 from 2011.
I have thoughts.
I don't.
Because you.
Because, well, yeah. You go ahead.
Okay. Fast and Furious. So, for some context, we actually watched the movies in chronological order.
Yeah, so we skipped Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, we skipped Tokyo Drift and we pushed
Tokyo Drift takes place between 6 and 7.
Yeah, we pushed it all the way to after fucking 6.
Yeah, it's definitely a big gap for sure. But I don't know. It's definitely on the lower end of the movies for me. Starting out with Fast and Furious, the 2009 one.
Yeah.
The fourth entry in the series.
Oh, shit. This is my pod game.
It's definitely on the lower end for me, but
I agree.
It was
there's
fun.
some highlights in this movie. The whole last action scene is actually pretty cool, where they're going through the fucking mines and shit.
The underground tunnel thing.
There are a few dope scenes in this. I like how Paul Walker's just a fucking, he's in the FBI now, fucking dope. You got Vin Diesel out for blood the entire time.
Yeah, actually.
Just fucking, just interrogating people. And also, Vin Diesel is involved in one of the best scenes in the movie, where he fucking, looks at the scene of a car accident. Or scene of a car accident, after so long after it actually happened. And he, from licking a fucking tire track on the fucking ground or whatever he does,
he can tell what happened.
Exactly what happened.
He can envision the crime scene or whatever.
It's fucking post-cognition from Tokyo Babylon.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? It's so awesome. I love it. This is real. I feel like this is really the one where they started to embrace goofy, just superhuman shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's really all I have to say on it. But then you go to Fast 5. Where they turn the shit up.
I think Fast 5 is the first one that it turns into an actual, what we now know as a Fast and Furious movie.
Yep. We're fucking jumping off of train tracks into a fucking body of water that realistically would have killed us, but we're Fast and Furious people, so we're different. We're good. But also just Fast 5's the best one so far for me. It's legitimately good.
Yeah,
I think it's a legitimately good.
It's
action
actually
movie.
A good movie.
A top tier action movie. It's funny. Did you smack that ass or did you?
Did you smack that ass? Or did you grab that ass and hold on?
There's so many funny moments there's so many Fast and Furious funny moments.
Fast and Furious funny moments montage number 4,538.
Yeah, you have some of the best action set pieces in the series. You have The Rock and Vin Diesel fighting. Who the fuck has ever seen that? Oh my god,
that's
raw.
Yeah, it's a brutal fight.
But you also have the fucking the heist where they're fucking dragging the vault
dragging a fucking vault
Rio
through the city.
So cool.
It's destroying buildings and
cool.
murdering and clotheslining people.
And this is one of the movies where the family shit just did not feel as cheesy. It felt a little more real, you know. And in this one, you also get the whole squad together.
Well, because Vince died.
You got Han, you got fucking Gal Gadot from the last movie, you got Luda, you got Tyrese Gibson. Everybody's fucking back, and
it's
I love
awesome.
It's a great squad. They even do a nice little twist at the end where they have the fucking they exchange the vaults in the middle of the chase.
Yeah,
and The Rock is like, "Oh fuck me," and I'm like, I didn't know a Fast and Furious movie
genuine twist.
That. And then it ends. Or it doesn't end, but near the end is one of the greatest scenes in cinematic history where they open the fucking vault.
Yeah, and the fucking
Don Omar's
fucking
playing.
Don Omar music starts playing.
Good,
Don Zakuduro starts playing.
Good. I really wish that we would have recorded a commentary for that one.
Yeah.
Because not only did we just say some shit in that as we watched it, but it was genuinely fun.
It was fun. It was a fun experience.
Fun movie. Yeah, I love Fast 5.
They're fun.
Solid 8. I think Fast and Furious is a 6. It's whatever.
Yeah,
It's fine. I honestly forgot about it.
Fast and Furious.
On my list of topics, I just put Fast 5. I didn't even put Fast and Furious, but
I think Fast and Furious is my least. It's probably my least favorite. It used to be 6, but
I think so far for me, it's 5, 2, 1, 4.
5. I
don't know.
I think I'd agree.
I think 1 has a rewatch value. I may have to rewatch 2 again to really solidify that it's better than the first one, because the first one's fucking iconic and you can't deny it.
Mine's probably 5, 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, you like the first one.
Yeah, I love the first one. No, good picture.
Yeah.
We had the clip of Leonardo DiCaprio saying "good picture," so we can insert.
Good picture.
Good picture. Good picture.
I had a Rick Dalton triple feature.
Goddamn Tim Stacy.
A double feature.
Show the goddamn Tim Stacy. Fucking whiskey sours.
I
Wow. I don't know. So I guess I'll mention this.
Yeah.
We won't talk about it on this episode. My in-betweenie for this month, as I've explained last episode, was Kana no Kyokai.
Yep.
However, Julius, despite the fact that he refused to watch it first,
yes,
we are now experiencing the Great Kyokai Exchange,
yes,
in which for every couple of movies, because each Kana no Kyokai movie is about an hour long.
Yeah.
And there are 9 of them, but I'm not gonna fucking watch the 8th one again. It does nothing.
Spoilers.
For however much Kana no Kyokai he watches, I will watch movies of equal value.
Yeah.
Equal runtime.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Wait. Are we gonna talk about Kana no Kyokai?
We'll save it for next episode.
Yeah, because I am not.
We'll save it for next.
Yeah.
I'll give my quick general thoughts on it, I guess. Decent.
Gave one of them a 10.
I give the second one a 10, and honest to God, I feel like it might be better than Third Heaven's Feel movie.
Pretty good.
Yeah, good picture.
So pretty good.
But
in exchange, my first pick.
The first 2 Kana no Kyokai. We watched the first 2 Kana no Kyokai films today.
Today, yeah.
In exchange
for the Raid Redemption.
Which
is one of my favorite movies.
We're fresh out of this. We watched this like only a few hours ago.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy. It's an experience and a half.
I could honestly like spend an episode going through all the cool moments that happen in this movie. The amount of kills, or like the fucking creative ass kills that they have.
I don't know a kill count.
Yeah, me too.
That's crazy.
The choreography is unmatched in like
absolutely
cinema. And like honestly, I don't know. I might pick the Raid 2 after a couple of the Kyokai. That'll be like 3 Kyokai, honestly.
Yeah.
But I might pick the second one for next time. But regardless, the Raid. I think there are a few. Like, it is one of my favorite movies, but I think there's a few spots in it where it's like kind of lulling, and it's like, can we hurry this up? I think this movie could have easily been about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's 101 minutes. But past that, it has the greatest action.
This is probably the best choreography I've ever seen in a movie.
Ever fucking see. And like, it's not just like martial arts either. Like, they do cool fucking
crazy
gun kills.
Yeah, they're wall banging people. They're fucking beating the shit out of people.
They're putting
slamming heads into the fucking walls.
They're putting a grenade inside of a fridge with a fucking
like nitrous oxide.
Nitrous oxide, and like turning it so it faces the door and explodes back.
It's fucking crazy. Brutal kills. Beating the shit out of people mercilessly.
The last fight is fucking crazy.
Good picture.
I'd recommend.
Yep.
Every time we're just saying, good picture.
Good picture.
Pretty good.
Fuck. Yeah. Fucking. I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep. Good job.
Glad.
Good picture.
Glad it was good.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think I have anything else. I think I'm wasted.
I'm fresh out.
I think I'm wasted.
With that.
That
has been the 20th episode.
And we are still under the Evangelion episode runtime.
And we are... I thought you were about to say, and we are still talking about Evangelion.
Which, to this day, a revolutionary text.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anna.
One day we'll see 3.0.
Yeah, one day this year. Or 1 month this year, rather.
Yeah. But, thank you guys for listening to this episode.
I love me some live episodes, so I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's we
the
have
chemistry is a lot more palpable, I feel like, in real life than
the sexual tension,
shit ass Discord,
the romantic tension,
the
sexual tension between sex,
the sex. With that,
thank you guys.
Thank you guys for
watching.
Yeah, on YouTube. We're 20 episodes strong, and I'm still not burnt out. I'm enjoying the shit out of this. Every month,
we have fun.
I get super hyped to record an episode, so I guess that means I am having a good time with this podcast. So I Fuck.
Thanks for tuning in. And outro music should be playing fucking Elm.
I think... So next time... I don't know if next one's going to be live too. Probably not.
Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see if Discord's
But I think
funny.
next time, the AirPod arc might be over.
Please.
Sneak peek. The AirPod arc might be over. There may be a solution.
Oh, we need it.
So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Craig,
take us out.
or Audacity, take us away.
Audacity, take us out.
Take us away.
Hey!
Oh, I don't have to fucking type Craig.
No more Craig.
No more. Fuck Craig. No.
Good program.
We'll see it. Yeah, good program.
See ya.
Well, there.